Hello and welcome to another episode of Codo Cinema, the podcast show where I talk about movies. I'm your host, the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Codo, aka Codoman. And that was Marshall Mathers saying that he is Batman, although that's in a different universe.
I was going to say, Marshall, I think you're in the wrong universe, my friend.
What universe is this today?
Mark, do you want to fill the listeners in on what we're talking about today?
Oh, yes. So obviously today for today's topic for episode 88.5, is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I would call it.
Yeah, this is 88.5. The first time we're going to do a point episode. So technically call this episode 88.5. So kind of call it like that.
It's kind of like that Lion King sequel. It's like Lion King 2.5.
Or
It's
one
like-
and
it's
a
like
half.
that. It's like-
1.5 actually. They call it 1.5. Right?
Was it 1.5 or 2.5?
1.5.
Oh, 1.5. So it's like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Marshall also accidentally stepped into the wrong universe as Batman, even though I did it too. But don't worry. Batman. The conclusion of the Dark Knight trilogy Part 2 will be recorded sometime next week.
Yeah, guys, I got a spoiler for you. In Batman dies. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I spoiled in-game for you.
All right.
Consider myself a teacher.
Uh-oh.
I'm in trouble now, guys.
All
Help.
right. Well,
But wait a minute. I didn't introduce myself
Oh,
yet.
yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right.
So,
Oh.
okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, I am Christian Taylor, who goes
your
by
left?
DJ Apollo,
On your left?
and I got my buddy Marshall on my left right now.
That's foreshadowing. Oh,
That
Foreshadowing about my movie. Stay tuned for that. But
So-
I believe, Mark, are you starting us off?
Well, actually, in terms of, I was thinking about starting off with Iron Man 3, but in fairness, we're gonna let Marshall start off with Iron Man 3.
Oh, that is correct. 'Cause
I
your film
don't-
showed up first,
yeah,
right?
I know more about Iron Man 3.
Okay, so Marshall, go take it away.
So the plot is, this takes place after Avengers, right?
Yeah,
That is right.
Like legit, like right after.
And
2013, literally a year afterwards.
that is right. And also to keep in mind, this Paramount also still distributed the film, but you also get to see the Disney taking the realms of Iron Man 3 as well.
No,
Yeah.
Did they produce this movie? I can't remember. Did they
I believe
produce
they
this
did
movie?
because, remember when we were talking
on.
about Phase 1, one of us did a Google search and it showed that Disney had bought the rights to Marvel around the time Avengers 1 was in theaters. It was like 2012, something like that.
Yes.
Check.
So yeah, by this point, Disney had the full custody of the MCU.
Right, but Paramount still released the film in 2013, so
No,
technically
no,
it was
no.
still distributed by Paramount for
No.
Iron Man 3.
This was distributed by Disney.
Well, yes, but don't forget Paramount did take
But-
part in it as well.
But Paramount was involved in some way. Now, Marshall, would you like to explain to us what this film is about? Like,
Yeah, I
what
got
did
you.
it,
I got
what did
you.
it have to do?
Some may call me a terrorist, but I consider myself a teacher.
Oh no!
And okay, so I'm just gonna throw my 2 cents in right quick, and I think Iron Man 3 was extremely forgettable. So that might be a controversial comment, but I don't know. I cannot remember anything that happens in this film. I've seen it once, and that's when I saw it in the theater, and I haven't watched it since.
I got you.
Yeah, go ahead, Marshall.
So you got the Mandarin.
That is right.
Yeah,
coming in.
the Mandarin makes his appearance in
Yay.
this.
Don't spoil. We're not there yet. We're just
Okay.
Phase 4.
Okay,
Technically,
fair enough.
Technically, that's in this film too, but still.
All right,
Yeah.
guys, I'm getting too controversial, so I'm out. I'm just gonna leave.
So this takes place after New York and after Tony destroyed the alien, the mothership in Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So he's having flashbacks
PTSD.
every time. He also has PTSD, but he also has flashbacks of everything that happened before that.
Well, you gotta keep in mind though, like in that moment when he picked the missile up and threw it through the portal hole to blow up the main ship of the aliens, like he thought in that moment that he was going to die.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly,
and he almost
yeah.
did. Like he got back into the atmosphere at literally the last millisecond before the gate closed. So it's like in that moment he thought he was going to die. That I don't think that's something you can just get over.
And this film opens up with hold on. I gotta get my marks back out. My Iron Man marks. There's so many. Found it. It's a lot. Okay. Gotta find
So
them.
much material, so little time.
I know, right? This man has so many. So, we don't see him build these. He built Mark 7, 8. Wait, sorry. Yeah. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23,
24.
25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. We're at 42.
The Mark 42.
Now, question: Iron Man 2. What was the last mark we left on? Like, what model?
Oh shoot!
Was that
technically, we didn't leave off of that mark. We left off at Avengers, and that was Mark 6.
That was Mark 6.
Oh, okay. I was
No,
going to
sorry,
ask.
Mark 7.
Mark 7.
Because
Okay, Mark
I
7.
couldn't remember if Avengers ever talked about like what Mark suit Iron Man was on.
Yeah, he was at the beginning. He was on the one he left off on Iron Man 2, and he got to Mark 7.
Okay. Now, what's interesting about this, Mark, what number for number 3? What is it?
We're on 42.
42.
The
And
Mark
this,
42.
Now,
Yeah.
this one is pretty unique. Now, you have to admit, though, the film did have a cool concept that all the pieces of the suit would attach to Tony. Like, it would just fly off the desk and attach to him one at a time.
And the way how he did it was he had this weird hearing. I think he had a hearing aid of some sort.
Yeah, he had like some kind of headset on.
And
or
that Jarvis
something.
that he can also tell Jarvis to like get a suit. Jarvis, do me a favor, bring me the Mark 42.
Okay.
Sure thing, sir.
So the Mark 42, terrible suit. It takes a very long time to get put on. But then the Mandarin comes and says, Mr. President. Wait, hold on. I skipped a part.
You
I
did.
skipped a line. I'm terrible. A true story about fortune cookies. They look like Chinese. They sound Chinese. But they're actually an American invention. Which is why they're hollow full of lies and leave a bad taste in your mouth. So he shows off the fortune cookies. And that's when Iron Man gets his first introduction to the Mandarin.
Yeah. Now, I'm just gonna throw my 2 cents into the book of this. When Iron Man was being interviewed by the paparazzi of some sorts, he threatens the Mandarin to have like a face off at his home in Malibu
Hey, Codo.
and they gives the Mandarin his address.
Hey, Codo.
Yeah. But I'm just going to say this. It was a bold move by Tony, but still dumb.
Yeah, because I feel like in that moment, because I actually remember seeing that in the theater, and I thought that he got a little too confident, if you will. It's like, well, to be fair, he did fend off the world from a army of alien forces just a year ago. But I kind of feel like at that point, he probably thought he could beat anything. It's like, well, fuck, if I survive this, I can survive some random terrorists giving me threats. You know?
You forgot. Happy's in the hospital.
That is right. Because
before he did
That's
that,
right, because
before he did that, he was with Rhodey at the bar, and he had to go outside because he got PTSD.
he had PTSD.
So some kid, you caused this man to have PTSD at this bar. He was. Why are you even at a bar? That's the real question.
Actually, that's a good
Where's
question.
your parents?
I mean, that's a good question. Although maybe to be fair, the kid doesn't even know that Tony Stark has PTSD. He doesn't know that. Kid doesn't know that.
Why did he draw the thing where you flew the bus up to the hole, to the mothership, huh? He knew in some capacity. Okay. And after that, Tony is attacked, and the Mandarin says, I have quotes. I'm gonna offer you the choice. You want an empty life or a meaningful death? Mr. Stark, today is the first day of what your life what is left of your life. So then after that, the Malibu scene happened, but Tony, ex-girlfriend.
Yes,
Back in,
yes.
hold on. I have the year.
And also, I love
1999.
Can I just say I loved that joke? I loved how later on when she shows up, she's getting ready to open the door. Tony's like, "Please don't tell me there's some like 9-year-old son in the car that I don't know about or something." Because that's kind of a cliche in a lot of hero films where they find out a girl they were with years ago had a kid and didn't tell them until like many years later. I thought that was kind of funny.
So then he cuts the scene. Pepper gets the Mark 42 on because it's stupid, and it didn't go straight to Tony. Pepper's protecting Tony. That's a little nod for phase 3, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Then after that,
Foreshadowing.
he gets the suit. He get his butt kicked badly.
Yes,
he's in the ocean. Then he flies out, go to
Tennessee. I think it's Tennessee.
Tennessee. He meets this kid named
Harley.
Hold on. His name's all the way at the bottom. Harley. And then after that, Harley and Tony's takes him back to his barn, where his parents don't see a grown man inside his barn, but it's okay.
Oh my goodness.
But we'll just get over that. Oh look, honey, our son's made a new friend.
And after that, and
wait a minute. Isn't that man supposed to be dead? I thought Iron Man was supposed to be dead.
And then after that, people find him. The Mandarin finds him, said, "Tony,
Yeah.
you're in Tennessee. I'm gonna send some people after you." And then after that, Pepper gets captured.
Pepper gets captured by
Rhodey gets captured.
Iron Patriot.
Rhodey.
He was the Iron Patriot. Brody.
Yeah, no, he gets captured before he becomes the Iron Patriot.
That's true.
Audrey Killian is the Iron Patriot, sir, for the brief moment in the airplane with the president's daughter. And then Mark 42 comes out like, "I'm about to save you." But guess what? Tony Stark not there. Boom, 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 boom. And after that, the final battle commences.
And
Hold on.
Aren't you forgetting something, Marshall?
We're not talking about that scene.
Also, I just wanted to say, I think it was pretty cool that this film gave us a prequel story to that kid because he goes to Jurassic World in a couple of years. You know?
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this kid has lived the most awesome life ever. He got to help Tony Stark, and then he goes on to go to Jurassic World.
Made
Like,
$1 billion worldwide.
Like
Both
what a
films.
What a great journey.
Yep.
But please continue.
And after that, there's this one scene that I have to talk about because he wants to talk about it. Tony Stark and his kid at the diner. They get into a little fight with the henchmen from the Mandarins. And after that, that's pretty much wrapped. This kid said, Tony said, "Use the bully majigger." I forgot to call it, but it was called the bully, I believe. And then after that, Tony said, "I gotta go. I gotta do hero." So he still has the Hello Kill You watch with the kid, with that kid.
Wait, I thought it was a Dora Explorer watch.
It's one. I don't know. I saw the movie like yesterday, but I kind of fell asleep on that part.
Oh my goodness.
Marshall, you're slacking. You had one job to study this movie.
I did.
For this.
That scene was kind of boring. This whole movie was boring. No. The second movie was kind of boring, but the other one was kind of boring. The movie that was gonna come up after this is kind of worse. I fell asleep twice on that movie.
Okay, fair. Okay.
Then after that, the final battle commences. Dun dun. Wait, no, what the final battle? Hold on. Dun dun dun. Iron Man, Tony, and Rhodey is captured at the same point. But guess what? The Mandarin's there. Get these lines out. Nope.
As Marshall
You want something to take it. So the guns are all fake because those wankers wouldn't trust me with the real ones. So what? How do you fancy either of the birds? My name is Trevor Slater. What are you doing? You're a decoy, a double, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm throwing my 2 cents in there. Let's throw our 2 cents in there.
yeah,
I'm throwing my please.
Yeah, Mark, go first.
Okay, you know what? Okay, look. I will say this. Before that moment, the build up to the Mandarin, I thought it was good. I thought that was a very good build-up.
Yes, because it felt like it was something different. He felt like a genuine threat. Like he could just snap his finger and someone would die. Like
And including with all 10 of his rings, 10 rings, by the way. This is a connection to the 10 rings. And he does look like the comic book, similar to the comic book Mandarin that we see in costume form while balancing out the terrorist idea for the Mandarin. And I thought that was a good build-up to the point where we get a joke out of this.
Yeah.
well, it's like it wasn't even funny. Like this is the part. It's like, guys. So you're telling me this whole time this dummy was a decoy for the real villain?
Hey, I'm a
Oh my
actor,
gosh!
okay?
Like this was the worst part.
mean, yeah.
I seriously, I hated this twist so bad. Like, what was the joke? There was nothing funny about this.
I mean, look,
nothing.
I love Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin in this film. I mean, I think what he was given, I think he did a pretty good job of what he was given.
Look, this actor, this actor is magnificent. Like his in the Shining,
Not
Schindler's in Schindler's List. That was his best acting I've ever seen. This guy is fantastic, but this character, I just couldn't. The character he plays in Iron Man 3, I could not give any less hex about. Like, they brought him back in Shang-Chi. I'm like, why would they bring him back? He was the worst.
Spoiler.
But that's not until phase. But that's not until
Spoiler.
phase 4.
Kevin
Spoiler
Feige's
alert.
coming for you now.
Whatever, I don't care. Come and get me. Make better movies, will ya?
I mean, don't worry. We get all hail the king later
Okay.
on. But anyway,
And then
plot twist aside, final battle.
okay, now I gotta go back to these suits. So we stopped at 42, right?
Mark 42. Yes.
You thought I was done? Did you really thought I was done? I think I am. 'Cause I can't even say these other ones yet. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can't say those yet. All those suits that I just named, all 41, coming at the final battle. It's called House Party.
Oh yes, it basically huge Christmas gift from Jarvis to Tony. Although obviously Tony did make the suits, but I'm just saying because don't forget Jarvis was able to help out.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, can I throw my 2 cents here on a scene that I really liked from this film? I thought was kind of funny. It's when Tony's having this fight with one of the henchmen who took that substance. So you find out later where it gives them like these powers where like their skin gets like all fiery or something.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what it's called?
The Extremist program.
Yes, and I like that there's a fight scene with him and this chick inside this diner, and near the end, what does she say? She says something like, "So let me get this straight. You thought you could beat me with some kind of cheesy
one-liner." I think Tony said, I dated hotter chicks than you.
yeah." I mean, come on, that was actually a pretty clever comeback.
Oh, yeah.
Like, lady, I'm sorry. Pepper is a million times better than you. Sorry. But like the best part for me is like she's like, "So what, you thought you could beat me with some clever one-liner?" And then Tony's his son like, "Honey, that could be the name of my autobiography." Or that was so good.
And then we get
All
your
right, but,
final
Yep,
battle.
final.
It's time for the real Mandarin to show up. I am Aldrich Killian.
I am the Mandarin. Yeah.
But guess what? Tony gets his butt whooped again, but he's not the real hero. Bum, 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 bum. Pepper Potts coming to save the day.
Can I say that I thought this film did a good job of actually having Pepper help with something? It's like in the previous 2 films, she felt like a damsel in distress.
But now she's basically
it's like, guys, are you really trying to make a Mary Jane 2.0 here? Like, thank goodness they broke that trend and she actually helps in this one. Like,
yeah.
And then after
thank
that,
goodness.
After that,
Jarvis, activate fireworks.
well, actually, before that, Jarvis, do me a favor and blow up Mark 42.
And then like him and Pepper like stand back and they watch all the suits blow up, right? Like it's the 4th of July.
Yeah, and obviously enough, that's probably like it's satisfying too because you get to see all of the Mark
40 all the way up to Mark 42.
all the Mark suits in Iron Man 3.
The ones that were never made.
Yeah, now my thing is, when I saw this in the theater, I thought this was going to be Tony's last movie because that ending made it look like that he was retiring from being a hero. Like, I thought, like, oh, he blew up all the suits. Now he's going to live a quiet life with Pepper. So I thought that was his exit, you know?
You
Yeah.
also, and then you thought that was your final scene.
Nah.
He got his heart thing removed. He a whole man now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool though. Like this film tied up a lot of loose ends. Like, yeah, she went back to the hospital, had a extremely risky operation done, but he got the remaining fragments from that missile from the first film out of his body. So now he doesn't need the reactor anymore.
Okay, and then the post credit scene is just him talk. This whole story is about was with the therapist, Bruce Banner.
Yep.
Next movie.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Bruce just like, Tony,
I'm sorry.
I'm not a therapist. This isn't my field of expertise. And Tony just continues.
And how come? And the reason why? Well, temperament. I think he's talking about his temper. Hulk temper.
Hey. We want to.
Yeah,
Thor
I
2.
know.
All
I
right,
know.
so now we are moving on to the next film in Phase 2, Thor: The Dark World.
All right. So obviously enough, this is the second Thor film, but also the second film in Phase 2 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And yeah,
And
this
yes.
I feel like this one's going to be more of a rant session because this, in my opinion, was like one of the worst superhero films
At the time.
At the time in the MCU,
So, like-
because for the life of me, I do not remember anything that happens in this because I watched it once.
Yes.
This film possibly has the most forgettable villain in the entire MCU storyline.
Like probably one of the most
So,
forgettable
like,
films.
Can you just do like a summary of this whole entire movie? Then can we just talk about?
Okay,
it?
so basically, the plot of the film. Basically, think of this film. Well, think of this film as if it was Romeo and Juliet crossing over with William Shakespeare, and with a side of what am I thinking about? Game of Thrones, and that's the nice version.
That's like a nice way of putting it.
Because here's the thing. The original idea for this film, Thor: The Dark World, it was originally going to go into much more of a Romeo and Juliet style. Because if you think about it, Thor being a Norse god and Jane Foster being human, isn't that kind of like similar?
No.
It had a bit of a Shakespeare feel to it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, kinda. Now, Mark, do you want to talk about? So, what do you think? Why do you think this film was so forgettable and
I got
why it
you.
didn't
I
work?
think I know why it's forgettable because, well, honestly, the plot. The plot of this film was obviously one of the most forgettable plots in this film because what you have is basically the most forgettable villain in this film. One of the most forgettable villains in this film being Malekith, easily one of the most forgettable villains in this film. I respect Christopher Eccleston for taking on a Marvel villain role, but half the time, I feel like they really dragged him down, cut out some of the most important items that made Malekith in the comics look pretty cool in comparison.
It's like the thing is, like, he doesn't really do anything evil in this film.
No,
like,
all he wants
seriously,
is
like
revenge.
Loki, like he was overshadowed by Loki in this, like, very badly. Because, like, Loki wasn't even the main villain, but Loki felt more like a villain to me in this than the actual main villain.
I thought Odin was a little more of a villain in that film than
Can
Loki.
can we establish right now that Thor's dad is the worst father I've ever seen on screen? He is so bad. It's like, bro, all this bitterness and hatred between Thor and Loki, it's because of you. Because you brainwashed them growing up with this idea of being king,
and then the peace treaties, and then with this peace treaties, but including the peace treaties with other realms. Don't worry, there's more. There's a little more of that in Phase 3, but we're not getting to that yet. That's not until Phase 3.
You wanna know what's funny?
What's funny?
This movie had like 4 directors.
Oh, that's true. Oh wait. That's right.
really?
One of them was Joss Whedon.
No, it was not.
Joss Whedon?
Joss Whedon actually rewrote some of this film.
Yeah, because he had to connect. He had to connect the thingy with the Captain America.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But anyway, I'm going back to Odin's father. Even he had beef with Jane Foster. Because he a terrible dad. That's exactly, and that's one of the things I kind of see that as more of like a Romeo and Juliet kind of like style, like inspiration wise. I'm just gonna say inspiration if that helps.
Nah.
No,
Nah.
because I think that was one of the original ideas. I'm pretty sure that was when Patty Jenkins was on board to direct. Because she was attached to film this, but got let go for creative differences, I believe.
I can tell you who the directors for this was.
Alan Taylor is the director for Thor: The Dark
I can tell you
World.
who the other two directors was.
Who are the other two?
Edgar Wright and Scott Derrickson.
Scott Derrickson and Edgar Wright.
I never heard of those two. They don't
Actually,
sound familiar.
Scott Derrickson directed Doctor Strange, but
okay.
Edgar Wright he was originally going to direct Ant-Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but anyway,
Not
oh
until
man,
later.
oh man. So anyway, obviously, I think the only good thing in Thor: The Dark World was obviously the chemistry between Thor and Loki. Can we all agree
that
on
was
that?
the
Yeah,
best-
it's like that's the
thing
best.
for you?
That was the best part of all three of these films is
No.
the relationship between Thor and Loki. It's like it's so awesome. The dynamic between them.
Yeah, I mean,
That was the only thing that made this film maybe a little bit memorable.
Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, very
Yeah,
little, but there's something.
and yeah, there was
For-
definitely
for the
something
time.
at the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Now-
also, look. As much as I really want to like this film, but it definitely did drag me out a bit. I
You
mean,
want to know what it was?
what it was? Tell me about it.
You see, this movie was just about to be literally just a Thor and Loki movie.
Yeah.
Because Avengers Endgame. Not.
Whoa! You want me
Oh,
to?
so you're saying I'm getting too early? On
I
this.
said the wrong movie. I said the wrong movie.
Whoa, okay,
Avengers.
you know what? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna call Doctor Strange, and then he'll probably open a portal to another realm.
Don't worry, I'm just gonna beat him with math.
Oh,
Just beat him with math.
okay.
I know math.
Hey, okay. So Avengers. This will take place after Avengers. Which it
Right,
does.
exactly, and
But
it
the
does
thing
pick up where we
was,
left off from
Malekith wasn't
Avengers.
the original villain. It was supposed to be somebody else.
Malekith was the villain in this
Yeah,
film.
but he wasn't the original one.
No, I know. No.
They probably had some right issues with some other people.
Mhm.
So then they became like, oh, let's do the boy. Let's do the elf man.
Oh yeah, that's right. And basically, I feel like another part in this film that I thought was actually cool, the final fight between Thor and Malekith. Easily
then-
tell the teleport. I like to call it the teleportation fight.
I'm still surprised that y'all think this is the best version, the best part of was with Thor and Loki. Nah,
and
the
by
best
the-
part was the ether, aka the reality stone.
That's true.
Yeah, that was cool.
I forgot
Now-
about. I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, now a couple of things. So one, for me, I think the only moment in this film that I thought was very touching was Thor's mother's funeral. When
my
she was
goodness! Yes.
like this. Like
yes.
you see, here's the thing though. This film had a lot of foreshadowing for the Loki TV show because Loki, when Asgard's being invaded by the main villains as henchmen, he actually directs them. He's like, you might want to take. He's like in his cell,
You
right?
might want to take a stairs to the left
Yeah.
because he was talking to this one dude elf who just injected himself with some elf steroids named Curse. By the way, remember that name because he gets he gets in. He will get into a brutal match.
Yeah, and then they go upstairs. It turns out that's where mom is, and then she fights. Then she gets killed, and then they have a funeral for her and everything. And then once Loki finds out that he was the reason that she died, he loses it. Like he tortures himself and everything. And that moment will come back to haunt him in the Loki show, which
Right.
we will talk about another time.
That will be another time.
Yes.
So then I was doing Thor and Jane Foster were Thor. Well, actually, yeah, Thor. You could definitely argue that Thor was able to help break Loki out, and I was doing enough. We do get probably one of the funniest cameos in this film. Chris. If you thought it was Stan Lee, okay, you're close. Because
But
Stanley
it's-
does have a cameo, but it's actually Chris Evans.
Yeah, I thought that was funny where Loki impersonates Captain America. I thought that was very funny. And also, I'm going to backtrack a little bit here. Was this film hinting at, so you know how Thor has those 3 friends of his who are like a team? We see them
Yes.
fighting together.
The Warriors 3.
Yes.
Lady Sif and the Warriors 3.
The girl with the long black hair. What's her name?
Lady Sif.
Was the film hinting at a love triangle?
I
Because there were a
think
lot of
so.
scenes where she sees Thor and Jane talking, and she has like this look of like jealousy on her face. So I'm like, is this film hinting at a love triangle?
I mean, it could be. I mean, it could be. It could be hinted at that point. Yeah.
yeah, because I actually looked up the cast list for Thor: Love and Thunder, Thor 4, and she's on the list. She actually had a cameo in Loki episode 5,
Right,
as
but
well,
she never
so-
appeared in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, and that had me very confused. Like, wait, did she die? But no, she's alive. So I'm like, where the heck
but
was
the Warriors
she?
3 did. The Warriors 3 did. Spoiler alert. In the third film, but I'm
Yeah,
getting
we'll
ahead of
talk-
myself.
yeah, we'll talk about that
talk
for
about
another
that.
time.
We'll talk about that for another time. So anyway,
To the end of the movie.
obviously, Thor and Loki get into a brutal match with Curse, who's all injected up with the elf curse steroid. Who, to my opinion, I feel like Hulk could have beaten this guy very easily.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like Hulk could have probably beat this villain in
But
like 1 or 2 swings.
But to the
like,
guys, but to that dude's credit, though, he did he did pummel Thor pretty well. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
And now here comes another thing about this film that I didn't like was Loki faking his death again.
Again, oh my goodness gracious, my God!
It's like this running thing of him faking his death. I got by this time I was so sick and tired. Like, once is enough. Did you really have to do it again? What is this, Supernatural, where Sam and Dean get brought back to life like 30 times in the 15 season runtime? It's like, find another way to get rid of him. It's like, did we have to reuse this plot again?
Oh man, I mean, at least the gates of hell didn't even open up for Loki.
No, it didn't at all. It's like, you're watching this, you know dang well he's not actually dead. It's like, Thor, are you really gonna fall for this again?
I actually fell for that, but until the very end of the film. But anyway, let me cut back. Let me go to the end of the film. Let me go to the end of the film because as of now, this is setting up to the final battle where Malekith has the ether sucked out of Jane Foster because the ether. But yeah, you forgot that the ether was inside Jane Foster the entire time.
Yeah, now how did that happen again, by the way? Did something happen?
She went inside of one of the realms. Just
She
notice
failed.
it.
She fell through a realm.
Yeah, she fell through
Oh.
a realm, and somehow she sees the ether, and then somehow the ether just gets sucked into her body.
And this scene with and her having that stone will actually come back into play in Endgame, which we'll talk about another time.
Yeah,
So-
but obviously enough in going to the final battle, we obviously see Dr. Eric Selvig again, including Kat Dennings. What's her name? Marcy Darcy? Is it Marcy?
I'm not sure. One of us had to do a Google search because
Let me try. I'm gonna
Jane's
fact check.
friend.
Darcy, yeah.
Yeah, Darcy, because
Yeah,
she
Darcy.
was in Wanda and Vision.
Yeah.
Hey.
I know, but anyway, let's.
Let's just finish the movie off and talk about Winter Soldier.
Okay,
Yep.
so anyway, we get to see the final battle in London, where you have Thor going up against the forgettable elf.
Yeah, like that should be his name now. The forgettable elf. Like that. Does that not sound more fitting? That's literally what he is.
So fitting.
It's
for
that's
a
so much
realm.
better.
I mean, and I mentioned Christopher Eccleston because he actually appeared in Doctor Who.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
How ironic is that?
Yeah. I mean, he really does. I mean, hey, look, I give respect to Christopher Eccleston for taking on a role like this, but look, I feel like the writing for this character was not there. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The writing was not there.
So-
But anyway, we got actually a pretty cool final battle between Thor and the forgettable elf Malekith. And obviously enough, we do have an army of elves fighting off, trying to kill off Dr. Selvig, Darcy, and Jane Foster. Did I say her name wrong?
No, you got it.
Okay,
And then
good.
after this whole battle is done, how does the film end exactly?
So obviously enough, the forgettable elf's ship crashes on top of Malekith, we see Thor, up in Asgard talking to what was supposed to be Odin, but what we later realized that it was actually Loki
impersonating him.
Ooh,
Send things
Okay.
up for a possible third movie.
I can definitely see some Hannibal Lecter coming out of Loki. With a side of fava beans and a nice Chianti. but anyway, we do get two post-credit scenes. One of them is with one of the Warriors 3 and Lady Sif taking the ether to the Collector.
Yeah, they keep it hidden, which that will come back into play later.
That will come back to play later, and don't forget about this quote from the Collector: 1 down, 5 to go. Remember that now.
Yeah, remember that now.
And then we get another post-credit scene where it was actually we see Jane Foster back home in London, and then Thor just magically appears through the Bifrost, and oh my goodness, I'm forgetting one character. Our boy Heimdall. Are we forgetting our boy Heimdall? I feel like he was barely in this film.
Oh man,
I forgot Heimdall.
was he in this at all?
I mean, he was in this. He
but-
was in this. He was in this. Yes.
Not for very much though. I don't think.
I mean,
oh
he had a
man,
pretty.
they did.
I'm
they
gonna
did- they
I'm gonna
did-
backtrack. I'm gonna backtrack. He was able to take down one elf ship in this film,
All by himself,
all by
right?
himself, and it was invisible, and he noticed it too because he's basically the gatekeeper.
Yeah, the gatekeeper.
Actually, you know what? Heimdall's the hero of this film. I'm calling it. Heimdall's the hero of this film.
Yeah, forget about Thor. I want a spin-off with him, Stack. He's so cool.
Yeah. But anyway, let's go back to Thor reuniting with Jane Foster.
Which is not actually James's actual real life wife.
Yeah, that's actually his real life
Yeah,
wife.
because little backstory. Natalie couldn't make it to finish shooting because she started filming something else. So Chris Hemsworth's wife stepped in to fill in.
Yeah,
And I thought that was very cool because that kiss, that was 100% genuine because that's his actual wife. you
Yeah.
know, like how cool is that?
And then to end off that scene, we see the remember that monster from the first Thor film, that ice monster?
yes.
Yes, we see him. We see him in there because during the final battle with Thor and the forgettable elf Malekith. And look, I'm gonna stop being rude to Malekith. Calling him a forgettable elf, but seriously though, I mean, could have better writing for this character.
Yeah.
But anyway, because there was this one moment in that scene where they went back to the Frost Giants' realm and they got to see the ice monster once more.
It's about the dog.
Yep. Yep, and we see that monster again during the last few seconds of the post-credit scene.
Yes.
And
And that's where the film ends.
Yeah,
that's where the film ends.
And I'm so happy that Thor and Jane are back together. I see a long, happy relationship. Nothing can go wrong, right? I mean,
No.
But I have a
No.
little update. I have a little update real quick before
Yeah.
we get to Captain America 2.
Go ahead.
March 11th, this year, 2022. Go back to the movie theaters. Go see Spider-Man No Way Home, the extended edition.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No way.
'Cause that's when the digital release was supposed to come out, but nah, they said nah. We got more stuff to add.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to transition into me, and I'm going to talk about what I consider to be one of the best films of the entire MCU saga, Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Boy, just wait till we get to Phase 3. You about to,
Like, I'm sorry, you can fight me
You
on
about
this.
to
I
lose,
think
man.
this film is one of the best in the entire franchise. I don't care what anyone else
You can at least
says.
say Phase 2, but you
I
said
say maybe best Captain America sequel.
Yeah, like that.
Oh
Like,
my-
this
y'all
film
throwing
is so
fireworks now.
good.
y'all getting these people on these podcasts, bro. They about to come at us because of y'all.
Are you sure, Marshall?
Listen, I have the guts to say what other people won't, okay?
All right. Look.
They gonna catch these hands.
All right, Captain Christian, take it away.
All right, so
On your
this
left.
film has, in my opinion, some of the best like action, story, and just fight scenes that I have seen in a long time. This film, no amount of talking about it is going to do it justice. I've watched this film the most. It is so good. Like one of the main things that works well about this was the darker tone, how high the stakes were in this.
And
Captain America goes through the biggest development I've ever seen in a character.
Now I'm gonna throw my 2 cents into the tone of this film because don't forget, with Iron Man 3 and Thor: The Dark World, they were trying to like find a darker tone because it felt like they were trying to go with a darker tone for those 2 films, but the writing for those films did not land well, and I believe in Captain America: Winter Soldier, this is where it worked. This is where they found the writing.
This was the best sequel. Like, it felt like an exact sequel that we needed, introducing new things but keeping the old stuff very relevant as well.
And reuniting with Nick Fury and Black Widow.
And, Cap and Black Widow being the main characters in this one was the best idea ever. The chemistry between Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson is off the charts. They are so perfect.
I want him back. I want them to get married, but we couldn't because people wouldn't have him and Peggy Carter. But woo.
And you want to see him more funny? They actually grew up together. Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson are childhood friends. They've known each other since they were like 8 years old. Like they grew up together.
Yeah.
We get a new timeline.
Which is so funny.
What? Wait, what'd you say, Marshall?
I want a timeline.
You want a timeline?
Where I can get the new Avengers with the kids of the Avengers.
Talk to Doctor Strange. He'll probably give you a timeline.
I want that timeline.
I'm sorry, but part of me thinks that Cap had more chemistry with Black Widow than Peggy. I don't know. I mean,
we see Peggy again in this film.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So,
just quick, fast summary.
Yeah, so this film opens up with Cap and Black Widow on a mission to secure a ship that was taken over by terrorists. And of course, it's a shield carrier. And that's when they introduced one of Cap's famous villains. What was the villain's name again?
Which one?
Batroc?
The one that Cap fights near the beginning.
Batroc. That was Batroc.
That's not Cap's villain. That's AKA Spider-Man's villain, but okay.
Batroc the Leaper.
And yes, and Cap and him have a very nice choreographed fight scene, by the way. And I like the moment where a dude's like, you're just a big man with a shield. It's like Cap takes his mask off, puts the shield on the bag. It's like, okay, let's do this the old-fashioned way.
We shall see.
Like, he's got class, man. He shows you he doesn't need the shield to be to kick some butt, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes he does.
But sure, he's showing you he doesn't need it all the time, though. So you get the fight scene and everything. They save their mission and everything, and then
although the Batroc escapes, but we'll see more of him in Phase 4.
Yes.
But anyway, cut to Agents of Shield, the Shield, and not the show. I'm talking about the new Shield, new Shield. Yeah.
And then we see Samuel Jackson's character. What's his
Nick Fury.
Director of the Shield, Nick Fury. Thank you.
Nick Fury is back, and he decides to show Cap this new project they're doing, where they're building 3 new helicarriers.
Helicarriers. Don't forget, Captain America was a little angry too about this whole mission, and then about trusting people.
I got you.
Because he finds out that Black Widow stole information off one of the computers without him knowing. So it's like, what's going on here? You're not being straight with me on what's going on.
Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye. Remember that quote.
I remember that too for future film. What do you want to say, Marshall?
He didn't lie. She just had a different mission.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
She didn't lie, but it's like he was withheld information.
I'm being withheld information. Oh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, to be fair. But anyway, and then that's when he gets shown the 3 new carriers they're building. And then Cap's like, this is a terrible idea. This is not freedom. This is fear.
Actually, to be fair, that's a good point because we get to see that later in the end of the film.
Yeah, and then
good sense of foreshadowing right there.
And it was very cool to get some insight on what Cap's doing now, living in a modern world. Like, and I think it was so cool. Like he's riding a newer motorcycle, showing that he still has that motorcycle love because the bike he drove in World War II, and the way he dresses, he's like wearing very updated 40s clothes. Like he has like a white T-shirt with this nicer looking 40s looking jacket. Like the clothes he wears kind of resembles 40s outfits, kind of.
Yeah, it really
so
does.
it's showing you he's still stuck in that phase.
Stuck in the past, but
Yes.
also trying to fit into the modern world.
Yes.
And I thought that was a nice touch. And he even we forgot
And
that he met
also-
up with.
And also, I was wanting to say, so we're going to backtrack a little bit here, that the film opens up with him, jogging in New York
On
City.
your left.
and that's when we get introduced to
A man.
to
To a man named
Sam
Samuel L. Jackson.
no,
no, Sam Wilson.
Sam Deadpool?
no,
No.
we get
No,
introduced. We get
that's Wade Wilson. This
Yeah.
is Sam Wilson.
Yeah, we get
Anthony
Deathstroke?
Mackie.
Yeah, we get introduced to him, and then he comes back in the movie later on. And I like the moment where Cap, he's telling Cap, check this movie out. Cap opens the notebook, and it's the list of all these things to check out.
I think Star Wars was on the
Yes,
list.
and the moon landing and stuff like that. I thought that was really
Here's a little
cool.
interesting fact.
What?
Everywhere else in the world, there was a different name on that list.
Oh, really? Like, the list was different in like different countries. Like it
Yeah.
was.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a cool fact.
And so now to get back forward into the story, Cat goes back. Well, actually, Cat goes back to the apartment, and that's when we get introduced to Peggy's nephew
Niece.
or niece.
Niece. Oh,
Niece. I mean, I meant niece.
He doesn't know that. Shh.
He doesn't know that yet. We find out next film. My bad. He comes back,
that's
and
true,
then
yeah.
he. Because this was kind of foreshadowing. Because like before him and Black Widow jumped out of the plane onto the carrier, Black Widow's like, "So you seeing any girls?" He's like, "Nope, don't have time." She's like trying to find dates for him and everything. I thought that was so funny. She mentions his neighbor. And then he comes back to his apartment. And he sees her outside talking on the phone, carrying laundry, and he makes a few moves on her. It was nice, like saying like, "Hey, I can give you a hand with that," and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then are we forgetting that he goes to see Peggy Carter
Yeah,
again?
and honestly,
That's not until,
and that
like-
was a very heartbreaking moment in that scene. It's like, imagine you wake up, you find out that you've been frozen for 70 years, and the love of your life is now 90 something days
Yeah.
away from passing away. It's like that scene was so sad.
including like different how do I say this exhibits for Captain America's team.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
yes,
when
yes,
Cat's
yes, yes,
walking
yes.
through the museum and you just see all the history from the previous film. I also love that moment where a kid notices him with the hat on. He's like trying to stay in disguise. And the kid sees him. Cat does this. He like tells him like, don't tell anybody. Like that was such a short moment, but God, that was so cool.
That was
To move
actually
the
pretty
plot.
cool.
We have to move the plot. We gotta get to the big part.
Let's get to the big part. Okay,
have to get
so
to the big
obviously
parts.
enough.
So-
obviously
so-
enough.
It's about to be an hour. Trying to the hour.
Okay, let's get to okay.
So
Christian,
yeah,
move forward.
so here's where the plot
run.
really kicks in. Nick Fury is on his way to go meet with someone, and then a police car pulls up to his right, and the cops look very suspicious. They're staring at him. They have like shades on, so you kind of can't tell who it is, and they're like, "What's the dealio here?" Then they all pull out machine guns and start shooting at him. Fury tries to get away and everything. He actually kills a lot of them while he's trying to get away. This is happening in broad daylight, by the way, in the middle of the day. And then that's when we get introduced to one of the best characters in the whole MCU, in my opinion,
Yes.
the Winter Soldier.
The Winter Soldier.
His intro, you see in the middle of the street,
You
the
throwing
black armor.
Yeah.
The long black hair with the goggles on and everything.
Fighting
His music kicks in. He shoots a magnet bomb at Fury's car.
and
goes
a
underneath,
metal arm.
and he has a metal arm.
Okay.
Getting some Terminator
You're
vibes up
throwing
in
fighting
here.
words, but he's not the best character. But okay. Speed up the plot.
How
Okay.
dare you,
Speed up the plot.
Marshall?
Speed up the plot.
Okay,
We have an
Marshall,
hour.
we're
Okay,
speeding
fine.
We
up.
have an hour left.
All right. Let's get okay.
And then Nick manages to get away
He's in
by
Captain America's
getting a cutter, and he cuts a hole on a man cover and then crawls through it because the car happily landed on top of that.
Yeah.
So he got pretty lucky. So he
Then-
managed to get away, and then that's when Cap comes back to his apartment and he
And
says,
crashes there. Obviously he tries to crash there until Winter Soldier shot him in the back.
No.
Yeah, and then Cap,
Yeah.
and then we get our first pursuit. Cap tries to go after him.
Go,
and that's
go,
when we get our
go.
first. Not exactly a fight; it's a chase sequence. Cap throws
It's
the
a chase
shield once,
sequence.
and then Winter Soldier grabs it with the metal arm like it was
Then he
nothing.
drops it.
Then he just drops it, jumps off the building, and then he's just gone.
Fury's dead.
Sort of.
And then we cut to the
Spoiler.
hospital where Black Widow and him watch Fury
Die.
supposedly die.
No,
we don't
he's
know
dead.
yet.
He's dead. He's dead. He's gone.
And then
She tells the story about the Winter Soldier and she got shot
does,
in the
yeah.
side.
and then I remember back in the apartment after Fury was shot, he handed Cap a flash drive. And he says, "Don't trust anyone." And
Okay.
also, he showed Cap that Shield is compromised.
Compromise.
So now he in his mind at this moment, Fury's dead and he has no one else to trust but himself. So he hides that flash drive inside the vending machine in the hospital hallway, which is that was a smart little
And he
That was
goes
quick
back.
move.
He goes back to it.
And then later on in the film, when things get worse, he goes back to it and it's gone.
And talks with Alexander. Don't forget Alexander Pierce, Robert Redford.
yeah, because he's the head of Shield, right?
Yeah, he's one of the main heads of
He's
Shield.
the new head of Shield, actually.
Yes, and then he tells Cap, "Listen, Cap, someone killed my friend, and I'm not going to let anyone get in the way of me finding out who did this."
And this is where now many of the supposedly Shield agents now fighting Captain America.
Yeah, I can't. Now we cut to another epic moment in this film. Cap, after the meeting with the head of Shield, he's in the elevator going back down,
You can get
and
this
then
cool
it
scene.
keeps stopping at each floor. Then more and more henchmen get into the elevator until it's crammed full.
Before we get started, does anybody want to get out?
Yeah, because Cap knows something's not right. He's like looking around. They're all like really nervous. A lot of them are sweating. That's when he knows like they're here to do something to him. That's when he says the famous line. Then they all start fist fighting and everything. Like, this fight scene was so amazing. Do you guys want to say anything about this?
We gotta speed up this plot.
Yeah.
It's about to be an hour.
It was a cool. I'll say this: cool fight scene. He was able to escape through many stories of that building.
And
Okay.
then so after this whole thing happens, he goes back to get the flash drive, and then it's gone. Turns out that Natasha has it. Then he decided to go on a mission to figure out what's on it.
They went to New Jersey.
Yeah, they went to
Apple
New-
first. then
Yeah.
New
That's true.
Jersey.
Apple.
Then they find out there's a secret base in New Jersey, which you later find out was the original camp where Cap trained in the first film.
And then when we find out that Cap and Natasha were playing a little bit of war games until they realized that it was Dr. Armzola.
yeah, that
His
he
name is
still
just
yeah
Zolo
that
now?
he programmed himself into a system. Like he put his how would you say it?
His
An al-
consciousness.
Yeah, his conscious.
He turned it into an algorithm or something.
Turns into an algorithm after he was diagnosed with the
Yes,
with the
and
disease. But now we finally realize that that Shield has been working with Hydra the entire time.
Like Hydra never left. Like Hydra has been around ever since World War II. Then we find out through his dialogue that Winter Soldier has been responsible for so many big assassinations throughout history.
Yep,
cut
yep,
off one
yep,
head,
yep,
two
yep,
more
yep.
takes his place.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so now
Bomb.
and then Shield blows out the base. They
Not Shield,
survive.
Hydra.
Then and then Captain America and Black Widow go back to Sam Wilson's place because he's like the only person they have left at this point to trust.
And then I was reading up, they decided to hunt down one of the
The congressman.
one of the congressmen
yeah.
who turned
And
out
then
to be a Hydra agent too.
Special cameo from the guy from Iron Man 2. He comes back.
Yes, he does.
And after that, the guy with the congressman say, okay, we had all these people, we had all this information about all the people that's going against S.H.I.E.L.D., going against Hydra. A.K.A. they dropped a name that wasn't supposed to be in there until a little bit later.
Yeah,
Stephen
exactly.
Strange.
Exactly.
And then after that, Sam drops him off the building. he brings him back.
I like that.
Boom. Car chase.
Yeah. And then here is where now we get the car chase with Winter Soldier, and then after all this escalates, we get, in my opinion, one of the greatest fight scenes I've ever seen. Cap and Winter Soldier have this fight scene in the middle of the street after Cap beats all of the henchmen, especially the big dude with the minigun.
You say
That
the
was
best
nuts.
fight scene you ever seen?
It was so well choreographed. Like the music is getting more and more intense as the fighting increases. Winter Soldier uses every weapon he has until he has
That's
nothing
gonna come
left.
back. That's gonna come back and bite you soon. Okay.
And then Cap manages to grab the face mask and pulls it off. Then that's when
my
it's
God.
revealed that it's Bucky.
Bucky?
That it's Bucky.
Who the hell is Bucky?
Yeah, like what a big reveal! It's like we thought this guy was dead.
Yeah, I
you
thought
know?
so
Bro,
too.
y'all-
I thought so too.
y'all read
Sebastian
comics?
Stan
Y'all
is
read
now
comics?
back as Bucky.
Y'all-
Yeah,
y'all
and then
read comics?
then he gets away, and then that's when Cap and Black Widow and Sam get captured by Shield. They're in the van,
Brock
being-
Lumlow.
on their way to be executed. And that's when what's her name?
Psych, Maria Hill in there. Then she saves all three of them.
Yes, she
Yeah,
does.
she
She
saves
takes
all
her-
three of them. They
and
get
then,
taken
and then
back.
somehow we realize Nick Fury's alive.
Yeah, that's
he
right.
took the drug that the Hulk been making, the Bruce Banner making for the Hulk,
Yeah,
Yep.
and then after that, Captain America steals his original suit.
And then Stanley gets fired.
and then we get the best Stan Lee cameo, in my opinion. He walks in. He's a security guard at the museum. He's like, "Oh man, I am so fired." You know, like, that was such an awesome cameo.
Poor Stanley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
poor Stanley.
Oh wait, let me get my quote. Hold on.
Sure.
I gotta get the quote ready.
And then while Marshall's looking for that quote, so then Cap has the original outfit back on. They learn that the corrupt Shield, is going to use the 3 hail carriers to blow up millions of people, and they have to stop it. So the team teams up to go take care of the threat, then for the next 30 minutes, it's them battling Shield, and then Cap manages to get on one of the hail carriers to put it in these chips to aim all the guns at the other ships and away from all the people, so that all 3 ships will destroy themselves.
Yeah.
So everything's going according to plan until he gets to the last carrier. That's where Bucky is.
That's where Bucky is.
And also, can we talk about one of the most heartwarming scenes? Like before they start fighting, we get that backstory scene with Cap
Bucky-
and Bucky in New York City back in the 40s.
He's got the
I got
quote.
the quote.
What's the quote?
PSA announcement. Attention all Shield agents. This is Steve Rogers. You may have heard a lot about me over the last few days. Some of you were even ordered to hunt me down. But I think it's time to tell you the truth. Shield is not what we thought it was. It's been taken over by Hydra. Alexander Pierce is their leader. The strike and its citizen crew was Hydra as well. I don't know how many more, but I know they're in the building. They could have been standing right next to. They almost have what they want. Absolute control. They shot Nick Fury, and it won't end there. If you launch those helicarriers today, Hydra will be able to kill anyone that stands in their way. Unless we stop them, I know I'm asking a lot, but the price of freedom is high, and it always has been. And it's a price I'm willing to pay. And if I'm the only one, then so be it. But I'm willing to bet I'm not. Did you write that down first, or was it off the top of your head?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome. Now Alexander Pierce has been exposed.
Yeah, and I just want to finish up. So I was talking about, so one of my favorite moments in this film was right before the team heads out to fight S.H.I.E.L.D., Cap standing on the bridge having this remembrance of him and Bucky back in New York before the beginning of World War II. So we find out that Steve's mother passed away, and him and Bucky are back after the funeral, and they're talking about it and everything. Bucky puts his hand on Cap's shoulder, and he says, "I'm with you until the end of the line, pal."
That moment's hit
Okay.
home for Bucky.
And then
yeah, very. It
after
just
that-
shows you what a
And then
great
after-
friend.
yeah.
Then
he
after
was.
that, boom, cut. Fight.
so many fights are going on in this entire
Winter
sequence.
Soldier blows up. Quinjet again. Next, Falcon's right wing. Go on there.
no, his right wing.
Next,
Yeah.
final battle 1v1. Who the best winner? Who's the best super soldier?
Yeah, like that scene though, it's like, yeah, I admit though, right before the battle, Cap's like, millions of people are going to be killed if I don't stop this.
And then we
Please
get
don't make me do this.
And then we get another
you know?
fight scene between Sam and Brock Rumlow, who turns out to be Crossbones.
Spoiler alert! Bro.
Yeah.
Like that
Dang.
fight, like, dude, I'm sorry. In that moment, Sam got his butt handed to him by
Breaking all the
you know
rules
what I
of the
mean?
movie.
He was just not ready. like you gotta admit, Sam did not win that fight at
No,
all.
he
The only
did
reason he
not.
got away was because the building was falling down.
The
He
building
managed to
fell on
jump
top.
out.
The
Yeah.
building fell on
And
top
after
of.
that, we get the best line of the end of the film. Christian, want to take that away?
Yeah, so at the end of the fight scene, Cap manages to get the last chip in while Bucky shot him like 3 times. He manages to get it at the last millisecond, and then Bucky gets debris dropped on top of him, and then Cap pulls it off, and he's like, "Your name is Bucky." He says his full name.
James Buchanan Barnes.
Yeah, like, "You are my friend. We met at this time and place," whatever. He's like he's not fighting him anymore. He's like, Bucky tackles him. He's like, "You're my mission." And he starts punching him over and over and over.
As he was trying to kill him. He's trying to kill him.
And then Cap says the best line, "Then finish it, because I'm with you until the end of the line." And then Bucky stops, and he gets this realization in his eyes, like his memories are probably starting to come back a little bit.
Processing memories.
And that's when Cap falls through the carrier window, and he falls into the river. And then Bucky jumps down after him, drags him out of the lake, saves him, but then runs away.
And then wake up. Him
like,
and Nick
hi.
Fury are talking.
And
Yeah.
then, aren't we forgetting Nick Fury came in
No.
with both eyes open?
Oh, we
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
then
Killed Alexander Pierce.
Try
So
to-
while Cap and the team are fighting Shield, Black Widow disguised herself as one of the one of the higher ranking employees of Shield,
You know we just
because the
broke down
main
this whole
villain
entire movie,
was having all of them meet up for a meeting, and then she managed to stop him before he could activate the ships to shoot all the people. And that's when Fury shows up, and
Yeah.
the main villain manages to get a gun. He tries to kill Black Widow, and then Nick Fury shoots him like 3 times. And the last thing he says before he dies is, "Hail Hydra." And then he-
Okay. Then
so then there's that, and
And
so
then let's get to this mess scene. I can talk about this real quick.
Go
yeah,
ahead.
sure, Marshall, go for it.
Black Widow exposes everything.
Yeah, like she uploads all the dirty Shield information onto the internet, and she tells the government, like, I don't care what you all say. We were in the right. We saved your lives. I don't care.
And then after that, they both of them. No, Cap visits Nick Fury. Nick Fury gets stuff out the little sword
And-
she has. He takes off the eye patch, put it in the case, put some glasses on. He a hobo Nick Fury now. Then Cap says, "Yo, I miss this guy."
And then wasn't there on his gravestone or tombstone or something? Wasn't there like a quote from Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a quote on the tombstone, which is a reference to Samuel Jackson's character in Pulp Fiction, which I thought was a nice little like Easter egg.
Okay, and
and
then-
go ahead.
After that, boom, credits. The
Well,
best-
but Black Widow shows up and she gives a file to Captain America, giving him all the information about about the experiments done on Bucky and
they
all
don't
that.
care about that
So-
right now.
And then
Well, still,
we
it's
get
important.
we get one last kiss from Cap and Black Widow.
Can we just
and then
Oh,
and then
man,
we cut
they should have been a couple, man. They should have been a
okay,
thing.
Okay, I know we can't get the Captain America and Black Widow child. Dang, I know I'm hurt as well. But post credit scene,
yes.
2 people. They have to dun dun dun. The Loki scepter. Bump,
scepter.
Bump, bump. It's Hydra. Bump bump bump. Twins. Bump bump bump. Wanda Maximoff. Bump bump bump. Pietro Maximoff.
What a great Marshall! I want Marvel to hire you to do recaps, please.
Then bump bump bump.
Another post credit
Captain
scene
America
later.
will
Another
return. Bump bump bump.
another post credit
Hydra
scene later.
will return. Bump bump bump. The twins will
Yeah,
return.
so-
Yep.
yeah,
and then,
yeah, so-
and obviously we
so-
get to see Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Spoiler alert!
Yeah, setting things up for the next possible Avengers film. We don't know yet
Bro,
by
stop
this
breaking all the
time.
rules, bro. You said like 7 spoilers in one episode.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter, Marshall. We're already breaking the rules here.
You've been breaking rules.
Rules were meant to be broken, Marshall.
Okay, know what? This wraps up phase 2 of part 1.
It really does, because
Yes.
part 2 for phase 2 will consist of drum roll, please.
I got you. Coda will be taking on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Christian will be taking on Ant-Man.
I didn't sign up for this. Why are you giving me Ant-Man?
You want to rock?
Really?
You want to rock paper scissors right now? Oh, on footage?
We'll do it later.
Okay.
We'll do.
To be determined.
to be determined who gets Avengers: Age of Ultron
or
Ant-Man.
And if you see Christian
If I get
Sauce-
stuck with Ant-Man, I am quitting podcasting. I will quit.
No, Christian,
if
don't
he
quit
gets
it.
stuck,
We
it's not
love
my
you
fault.
here.
It's not my fault.
No. He's messing around, everybody. We're just messing
I'm
around.
just messing around, but I hate Ant-Man.
If he gets caught with it,
Okay.
Oh my
that'd
god.
be funny.
All right. So anyway, obviously, Phase 2 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe to be continued.
Will be up next week Friday.
That will be next week Friday. So
So
anyway,
would the end of the Dark Knight trilogy
well,
next
anyway.
Wednesday.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second. Next Friday.
Wait. Don't tell him. It's a
Wait.
surprise.
There's
That's
something.
right.
Wait, there's something happening, right?
There's
Like
some-
Wait.
somebody's
We
having-
can't. We can't. Marshall, shh. No spoilers.
Bro, Kevin Feige's right by the door. I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude.
I'm not saying nothing.
George, what that guy will do if he finds out you spoiled what's happening next week?
You already spoiled half of his movies.
I have a reason. It's all part of the plan. Okay.
He doesn't think that. He's literally outside the door.
I'll talk to him afterwards. We'll figure this out.
Oh
okay?
yeah, sure. Okay, so anyway, this will wrap up episode 88.5
Yes.
for Codo Cinema.
I have one final quote after we do all our little once Coda tells everybody goodbye.
Okay, sure thing. Thank you all for tuning into Codo Cinema. I'm your host, Mark Codo, aka Codoman.
And I am Christian Taylor.
Some people call me a terrorist. I consider myself a teacher. America, you ready for another lesson? In 1864, in Sand Creek, Colorado, the U.S. military waited until the friendly Cane Braves all gone hunting, waiting to attack and slaughter their families left behind and claim their land. 39 hours ago, the Allah Muhammad Air Base in Colorado was attacked. I did that. Iconic military churches filled with wives and children, of course. The soldiers were out on maneuvers. The Braves were away. President Eli, you come to resist my attempts to educate you, sir. And now you missed me again.
Is this the Mandarin taking over? Is this the Mandarin taking
You
over?
don't know where I am.
Okay, can we please have a petition to have Marshall be a voice actor? Like some company, if you're doing like English dubs for animes, please hire this man.
And
You will not be
see
disappointed.
me. And you'll never see me coming.
And that was Marshall Mathers imitating the Mandarin
You'll never
from
see,
Iron Man 3.
You'll never see me coming.
Remember to watch movies and stay
You'll
positive.
never
Absolutely.
see me coming. Well. This is not Coldest Podcast no more. This is the Marshall and Christian podcast for today. And it was the Fully Joker show on Wednesday, by the way. If you go check that out, I think the episode comes up today, actually. The Dark Knight Trilogy Part 2 with the host called Joker and his Joker Cinema. Coda is on the back line right now. This is now the Mandarin show. Because some people call me a terrorist. I consider myself a teacher. Codo fans, are you ready for another lesson about the MCU Phase 2, Part 2? And Coda, you never saw me coming. So, let's get into the first movie of Phase 2, Part 2, which is Guardians of the Galaxy. This is now the Mandarin Cinema with the introduction of Christian as my right-hand man.
Okay, so for the record, I just want to start by saying, Mark, I didn't mean to betray you. This dude forced me to, so it's not my fault. Okay, like I didn't mean to do this. I'm not trying to help him take the show over. It's not my fault. My hands are tied.
Christian, it's okay. I mean, actually, I just came by to check in.
This is now the Mandarin show, and you're supposed to be in the dungeon right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were just explaining to me before we started this. How did he get here?
maybe one of the guards liked him very too much. Maybe they're coming right now after he chases little things.
Plot twist.
So, how did you escape my dungeon?
Well, how do I escape the dungeon? Well, let's just say I had to call out some armor to put on. So it took me a while because I was just holding out my hand like like come on, 3, 2, 1, come on.
Oh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bang. Yeah.
So it's still my podcast, it's the Mandarin Cinema.
It may that may be true, but don't forget who's in charge of that podcast. Who's
Don't
the one who created it.
forget, you was trapped in 2 people's dungeons this week. I heard you was trapped in my little friend. No, that's the Joker. Dungeon.
Whoa, I mean, that was from another universe.
We have multiverse, so I can contact him. So, the first movie that Christian Taylor will be discussing in the Mandarin Cinema is Guardians of the Galaxy. Volume
Guardians of the
1,
Galaxy, and
which came out in 2014 with the cast Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Bautista, Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon, and Vin Diesel as Groot.
And you know what? I'm gonna throw my 2 cents into this because Guardians of the Galaxy, this one, the first one, and the second, favorite movies of all time.
Guards, come get this guy. Hurry up.
Sorry, guards. I got my Iron Man armor, so you don't want to get a blast from me. Get a Iron Man armor blast from me. I'm a genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, according to Tony Stark. Yeah, and so.
And so, you will now be going back to the dungeon, I see, right?
Well, obviously, yes.
So the guards are coming back.
So, do you want me to start talking about Guardians?
Yes, because the guards are coming to take this man back to the dungeon.
Okay then. So, I'll happily start this. So, I actually have a big soft spot for this picture. I'm sure all 3 of us do.
We all do. And by the way, to quote this, I'm Groot.
Guards, take him away now. Take him away.
Hey, I got a new drinking game. Take a shot every time you hear "I am Groot" in this movie.
Guards, take him away. Guards, take them both away.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Get them out. Get them out of here. Get them out of
This is
here.
our show now.
This is the Mandarin show
It's
now.
it's the Chris and Marshall.
This is Mark. This is Mark Codo, aka Codoman, the man, the myth, the legend.
I'm calling a
Remember
friend.
to watch
I'm
movies
calling
and stay
Joker.
positive.
Security.
Okay. All right. Don't worry. I'll be back.
He will never come back.
I'll be back. I'll be back for episode 90.
And you won't. This is the Mandarin show. I will come back. Oh no, he's being taken away. Goodbye now. This is the Mandarin show. This is getting a little out of control, but I'm the Mandarin. But some people call me a terrorist. I consider myself a teacher. And if Coda or Coda fans come back, they will know the lesson of the Mandarin.
Okay, can you pipe it down? We're trying to do a show here. Do you mind?
I'm the host of the show.
You know, you're not. The Mandarin's the host of the show now. You never saw me coming.
Sorry about that. Okay, so let's get back on track here. So, Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I'm super stoked to talk about this one. I unfortunately did not get a chance to see this in theaters when it came out. I actually watched this with my best friend Jonathan and his sister Julia. We were around 15 to 16. No, I was 15 when this came out, and Julia was around 16, 17. So y'all watched it together at my best friend's house. And that's how I got introduced to this. And I'll say this right now, this movie really stands out from the other Marvel films, really, because I loved the theme this film had, which was to share pain. Because the whole team, each member has went through some kind of loss or some heartache. And I thought it was pretty cool That heartache brings them together as a team for the final battle. I just thought that was very unique.
Yes.
So, like for examples, Star Lord lost his mother, and he never got to know who his father was yet. Gamora, her father, is Thanos, and she had to win every battle. And every time she did this, her sister would lose a limb and have to be replaced with a robotic limb. And Groot, I'm not sure what kind of heartache he went through or something. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know any other of his kind. And then Rocket was a experiment. He was experimented on all of his life, and
You'll find out in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 coming out next year.
yeah, that's pretty exciting. And Drax lost his wife and daughter due to an attack on his planet by Thanos. So all 5 members have all went through some kind of heartache. And I just, that's what I liked about this theme. You know, like we all go through some sadness or heartache at one point in our lives. And I think in those moments, we learn who our real friends are, and it brings us together.
Yes.
That is a very positive message that this film did. Marshall, what are your comments on this?
Just to start this movie off, Star-Lord, like Christian said, lost his family, lost his mom, then he lost his family because he got adopted by Yondu. Then he follows Star-Lord as an adult now, played by Chris Pratt, on his way to steal an orb. Keep in mind, remember that orb in this movie right now. The orb. Repeat after me, kids. The orb.
I'll remember that. Actually, you know what? I got some notebook paper. I'm gonna make a note of that right now.
Okay. Now, Star-Lord finds this group of people. Again, said, "Who are you?" Come on, man. You know who I am? I'm Star-Lord. Who? Star-Lord, man. So then after that, we get a little cool little runaway action scene. He gets in his cockpilot of his plane called the... I forgot the plane. It was like something. It starts with...
Hold on one sec. I'll get the help of Google search.
Milano. The Milano. I remember now. The Milano. And all of a sudden, he forgot that he had a female in his Milano.
Yeah, I thought that part was kind of funny. I mean, I think that was kind of like character development where it's like I think that scene was to show you that he's very selfish. How he only thinks about himself. Like he forgot that this person was on his ship, therefore he's not really thinking about her too much. You know, he kind of shows you how he is because he was raised by the Ravagers and like he was never really taught how to connect with people, if you will.
Yeah.
So I thought that was very nice. And then now it has been a few years since I've seen this film, so I need some help with.
I did a recap today.
Getting some help on what happens. Now, so after we learn the backstory of Star-Lord, so he finds the orb at the beginning, and that plays a very crucial point.
And it goes to, you know my name. You don't see me. You only saw me for a post-credit scene, the Avengers. So we go to Thanos talking to Gamora and Nebula. It's like, yeah, you have to go work for this guy named Rowan. He won't like that. Oh, I gotta see if that was an in-game. I gotta see if that was in... No, what's that an in-game? No, never mind. Jumping the gun. That wasn't in-game. Gamora and Nebula are sent to work for Ronan. Ronan gets a phone call from Thanos like every 5 seconds. When we go back to Ronan, like, have you recovered the orb? No, Lord Thanos, I have not recovered the orb yet. Then Gamora finds Star-Lord, who has the orb, but guess what? Groot and Rocket's there. They have a bounty for the Chris Pratt and the orb, but guess what? They all get into a fight. They get captured, put in prison by Nova Corps. Remember Nova Corps. Remember their name, Nova Corps. Remember the superhero name, Nova. But now, they finally get to meet Drax, the Destroyer, in prison. Rocket and Star-Lord and Groot all share a soul next to each other. Gamora does not like them. Drax saves Star-Lord and Rocket because he wants to go fight Gamora, the daughter of Thanos. So now we're on the best part of the breakout scene. They're all playing to escape.
Yeah, and also I thought that was very cool. Like that whole prison part of the film when they were all arrested trying to steal the orb, and they start to get to know one another when they're in prison. Like, I thought that scene where Star-Lord stood up for Gamora when those guys tried to shank her or whatever.
That is
I
true.
thought that was a nice little character development, because for the first time he actually shows concern for someone and he sticks up for someone rather than himself.
Now they're going to nowhere. The group made it out. Star-Lord went back before he escaped to get this cassette tape because his mom got it for him before she passed away. Remember that. Next phase. Remember his mom passing away. Remember that.
Yep.
So now it's time for them to go nowhere. Drax, Rocket, they get drunk.
Yep.
Then did they all go into the collective room?
I believe they did. Most of them, anyway.
So
and I thought that was really sad. I mean, like, to backtrack a little bit, that drunk scene, it had a lot more bigger text than I think people realized, because in that moment, Rocket is just like...
He doesn't know who he is.
Like, he's like... he's releasing everything. I was a science experiment my whole life. I have no meaning. You don't know how much I've went through. Like, dude, it's like at that moment, you just want to hug the guy. Like, he has no idea what love is. Like, he's just been a science experiment his whole life. Never had really any real connections.
What is
like,
love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. So now we get to the collector. There's a lot of Easter eggs. Be aware of the Easter eggs, because it will show back up in the post-credit scene.
Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of references.
I'm not going. That's too many. Wait,
Yeah, there's too many. I especially like in the collector room alone. Like, you have to literally pause it to notice all the little details in the scenes. Like, there is a lot to cover.
I'm about to see if I can find all of these. Okay.
Our pal Marshall, he is going to try to see if he can look up some images.
Howard the Duck, Cosmo, a Sovian coon, a Shatari, Dark Elf, Frost Giant, other alien species, and that's pretty much it. And a guy from Park something. He's a blue guy. He look at Smurf. He was played by the guy that played Ian from Alvin and Chipmunks. So then they figure out what this is. Bump, 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 bump. It's a Infinity Stone called the Power Stone. There's 6 Infinity Stones. You have time, space, power, soul, mind, and reality. Collector already has the reality. He was already about to take the orb, the Power Stone. He said, nah. You can't have 2 Infinity Stones in one place. So the Guardian still has it. And then, oh no! Ronan found them. 'Cause Rocket sold them out. What a Rocket. So now they're all going. Rocket, Groot, Drax escape. But Gamora and Star-Lord gets captured by the Ravengers with Yondu. Now we're going to the end battle soon. Yondu's about to figure out what is love in this scene, because he's like, I'll raise this boy, and you gonna betray me like that? So he figures out what love is, and he's like, I'll help you fight these people. So the Ravengers, Guardians, and the Guardians like, we need more help. We have to go. We have to go to Nova Corps. So they talk to Nova Corps about it. They say, okay, we got you. Now the final battle is against Ronan, Nebula, and the Guardians versus the Ravengers and Nova Corps.
Yep.
And now we get sister versus sister.
Yeah. Now that was one heck of a battle of itself, and this ain't the last time those two are going to fight. More to come.
Now it's time for the true battle. Groot sacrifices himself so they can all survive their explosion.
Yeah.
He said, "We are Groot."
Further symbolizing that they all learn to share the pain, and he gives up his life to protect them.
He couldn't say the one thing he wanted to say. Family. Because he's played by Vin Diesel.
Yep.
So now it's Star-Lord doing a dance-off against Ronan. Unfortunately, Star-Lord doesn't win the dance battle, but he said, you know what? I got a Power Stone. He reaches out for the Power Stone before Ronan. Oh, I messed up. Ronan has the Power Stone in his hammer. I forgot to mention that part.
Yeah, his weapon, right? I forget. Wasn't it like didn't it?
It looked like a sludge. I called it a sledgehammer.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looked like a sledgehammer mixed with a staff. It was like
So,
it was like those two things together.
But the reason Star-Lord was doing dance battle is he distracted them, for Rocket can shoot the thing out of his hand, which he does. Star-Lord grabs it. Star-Lord holds it. Gamora holds Star-Lord. Rocket holds Star-Lord, and Groot holds Rocket. And then they sit. Then Star-Lord says, "We're the Guardians of the Galaxy." Beep. And then Ronan dies. He disappears in distance, and you don't see him ever again. The Guardians are now heroes, and they don't have a bounty on their head. They're no longer wanted by the police. They got a new ship. They wearing their attire from the comics. Post-credit scene, we see Cosmo licking the Collector, Howard the Duck sipping a martini, and then that's it. That's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. And now, wait, dun 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 dun.
We are Is this a transition? Are we going to transition to the next?
Yeah.
I have to applaud Marshall on his transitions.
Now we're into the Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Oh man, now I have a lot of history with this one. I actually saw this in the theater 2 times. I actually went, so funny story for you. I went on a trio trip we were going to watch Pitch Perfect 2 in the theater, and we were at an AMC theater where it had multiple theater rooms at once. And I'm like, I am not watching this garbage movie. So I made the excuse to go use the bathroom, and I snuck into the theater playing Age of Ultron. I'm like, I am not watching this Pitch Perfect garbage. I am rewatching this amazing film. So I watched that instead, and I had a way better night. Oh wow, no response. You're not gonna commend me for watching we're doing the right thing.
He left his friends. He a bad person.
Oh gee, thanks a lot. So okay, so anyway, this is the second Avengers film, and it came out in 2015. And
by the way, Phase 3, we're gonna talk about. Oh wait, we're probably gonna have to do the MCU Tom Holland trilogy.
Yeah, I believe we will.
No, we won't.
We won't?
Because Phase 3, Homecoming and Far From Home in that whole trilogy. So I gotta change the episode now.
Oh no, well, you can't tell them that. You're spoiling.
They already knew if they watched the other episode last time.
Okay, fair enough.
So now, Age of Ultron starts off with big action scene at the beginning.
Yeah, that's right. They're attacking the Hydra base because it was hinted at an end credits scene from one of the films that,
if you remember from Part 1.
Yep, they have Loki's staff. They've been experimenting with the cube and everything.
They have what's his name? A Chitauri alien worm, some weapons, and now the Avengers going at it. They hurting killing. They're killing. They're not even hurting. They murdering people.
Yeah,
left and right.
Yeah, left and right. Like they're just going in, slaughtering these guys.
And then you have the money shot with all of them in a freeze frame.
Yeah, in that freeze frame, that was sick. That was a cool shot.
But now, let's get into the fun fact of the day and kind of the sad fact of the day.
Oh no, what is it?
I'll say the sad fact once we get to that one part. Fun fact. We have the Maximoff twins, Wanda Maximoff and Pietro Maximoff.
Yeah, the next set of brand new characters to be added into this storyline,
which are known as Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. But they couldn't use Quicksilver because Fox already had Quicksilver in the X-Men universe before this movie.
Yep.
Days of Future Past, which came out a year before this. So they had an agreement to use Quicksilver, but we will get to the next fun fact at the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I lied. There's another fun fact. They could not use the word mutants in the movie.
Really?
They had to use Inhumans or Inhumans on the battlefield.
That is so
or
funny to me.
or
It's like,
enhance humans.
they worried so much about the the copyright issue that they had to change the wording on some things. Like,
Now we may
that's
actually get the
funny.
mutants in Doctor Strange too.
supposedly,
Yeah.
we don't know.
So now, once we do that, Wanda did nothing in this opening scene.
Well, Wanda kinda. So she set off the entire plot. Remember, she got the Tony first and like put these visions in his head of.
Yeah, but it's like she stayed in the building while her brother did all the stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's true. The brother ran out and caused a lot of trouble. She stayed inside the facility, and then when Tony found the secret door and made it into the facility, that's when she did the mind spell thing on him, and that's what set things in motion for him to invent and design the Ultron.
Let you know, this movie is basically the Bible. We will get into that later.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of noticed that watching that back in the day. There was a lot of religion symbolism in this one.
So once we get to the scepter, Wanda visions. You see what I did there? Wanda visions. Okay, but now Jarvis. We forgot. Natasha can tell the Hawk to go back to being Bruce Banner by singing a song.
Yeah, and here's where we're entering one of the weakest parts of this film, which was this very out of nowhere forced love story between her and Hulk, or Bruce Banner, if you will. I thought that whole relationship was completely trash and pointless. Like, it's never brought up again in any of the sequels. They were going to bring it back up in Endgame, but there just wasn't enough time to cover that. So they just kind of dropped it. It's like a common thing you'll notice with a lot of these films is how terrible the love stories are. None of them have payoffs. In my opinion, the only one that had a somewhat payoff was Stark and Pepper. That was like the only one that I felt a connection. Everybody else, I felt absolutely nothing.
So then we have them back in the Quinjet with the scepter. Tony said, "Jarvis, take the wheel." So Jarvis is flying back to the HQ, and now, oh my God, Easter eggs. You ready?
I'm ready for this.
Easter egg round. Amadeus Child's mother was there. She was healing Hawkeye. Amadeus Child will become the new Hawk, hopefully. Marie Hill now works for Tony Stark sometimes, but she works for Nick Fury at the end of the movie. Cap's prototype shield's there. Files on different people's there. The Avengers, a new Stark Tower, aka Avengers Tower. Whew. Now, we get to the moment of truth. Jarvis is talking. It's like, okay, we need to do all this stuff. But Tony said no. Tony said no to Bruce. I have an idea to put armors around the world. I saw a vision that we all may die. So now he comes up with the Ultron program. And now Ultron's going to be in place soon, but not yet. Avengers throw a party for some reason.
Yeah, just to have some. Actually, the reason they throw this party is because, like, some of them are going to be parting away for a while. Like, Thor was going to go back to Asgard for a while, so I thought they'd have one more fun party before a lot of the members, head back to their personal lives, if you will. So that's why they held the party. And the whole party scene, I thought, was such a cool scene. Like, I think the party scene was one of Stan Lee's best cameos, where he was one of the World War II veterans that Steve invited. I thought that was pretty cool. And what else happened? Like, I think it was cool. We get to learn a lot more about the characters. It was nice just seeing them having fun for once and not being, in a battle. So while this party's going on, Jarvis is talking with the Ultron technology because it wakes up. It has its own voice, and that's when things start to go bad. And Marshall, I'll let you take it from here.
So Ultron wakes up like in the book of Genesis.
Yeah.
He sees a light, and now he sped around the Bible. He sped read the Bible.
Yeah, like it was like a quick little blink, he knows everything.
And he knows that he knows about Gandhi. He knows about Martin Luther King. He knows about every peaceful person on the earth. But he also saw war.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of war. It's like, okay, I need to become Jesus and end this. So he kills Jarvis, kind of.
Kinda.
So now it's time to not him to make his debut yet. He's gathering forces in the Stark lab, but now it's time for the best scene. So you have everybody lifting Mjolnir. You have Maria Hill. No, not Maria Hill. Black Widow said, I'm not doing it. Hulk did it. Bruce Banner actually did. Made a fool of himself. Hawkeye tried. Iron Man and Rhodey tried together. Then you have Captain America that kind of lifted Mjolnir. We'll get back to that.
Yeah, he slightly moves it, and that was kind of a possible foreshadowing for something that might happen in a future sequel. Maybe.
I'll tell you about that once we get to there, and I know why it didn't happen. But now it's time. Hold on, gotta get the quotes. Bum 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. That's not the thing I wanted. That's also not the thing I wanted.
Marshall, come on. We're in the middle of a show here. We gotta be informing these listeners this important information.
You know how hard to find a quote for Ultron now?
Come on, this man has a huge arsenal of famous quotes he said in this 2-hour runtime.
But I'm trying to get to the quote where all at the party quote.
All right.
No.
I know which one you're talking about. I'm not going to spoil it. This one was one of his best quotes, like straight up.
No.
So while Marshall's looking for the quote, so we're at the part in the film now where we see Ultron show up, and in his, I don't know how you would say this, he's uploaded himself into a damaged Iron Man suit, and he walks upstairs, and that's when he comes in and he talks to all the Avengers and everybody, and then that's when we get introduced to his character. And Marshall, at some point we need to talk about the guy who voiced him, because the voice actor who voiced Ultron in this film was incredible. I love the way his voice sounded. It was incredible. Now, I believe the quote you're trying to find is the strings one, right?
I found both.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like...
I had strings, but now I'm free. There's no strings on me. But now he said, I'm sorry. I know you mean well. You just didn't think it through. You wanted to protect the world, but you didn't want to change it. How is humanity saved if it's only allowed to evolve? With these puppets, the only one path to peace is the Avengers' extinction. I think that's the wrong quote, but we're gonna go with it for right now.
Yeah, let's just go with it. He says that in the scene. That's the last thing he says. Then he activates other Iron Man suits to come flying out from downstairs, and they all start attacking the Avengers. So then they have to start fighting them and everything. And
Yes.
and then once the battle is over, Stark actually managed to get a data chip on one of the robots and get data from it to explain why they're acting like this. And they're studying it in the lab afterwards. And then they're trying to figure out, what did he mean when he said he killed somebody? And then Tony shows Jarvis all destroyed. Like, Jarvis wasn't just, like, destroyed. Like, Ultron literally deleted him from reality. Like, he was just gone.
Mm-hmm.
He went to town on him. And then we start learning more and more about, what Tony had in mind about this program. Because he kind of withheld a lot of information about how dangerous the software really was and that what he wanted to do with it. He didn't really tell the Avengers the full story. So now they got to figure out where he is and stop him before he does something that's irreversible. So then they get a lead on this guy who he's kind of like a dealer, and he's the illegal dealer, and Tony has worked with him in the past. This man knows how to find certain materials to make certain weapons, and they find out this guy has vibranium, which is the strongest metal on Earth, which is what Cap's shield is made out of, and Wolverine's claws, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So that is when the team has to go track this man down, and they go to, I believe, it is Africa, correct?
Yes. Yes, it is.
And do you remember this dealer's name? Because I can't think of it. This actor is very famous for motion capture. He played Gollum in the Lord of the Ring films, and he also played the lead monkey in the Planet of the Apes series.
Yes, he did. His name is. I just saw him in like a movie, and he's in the Batman movie.
Yeah, and fun fact, he's playing Alfred alongside Robert Pattinson Batman in the brand new Batman film, which is just a couple weeks away.
I should know his name.
That's it.
Andy Serkis. He played Gollum, not Ultron, Gleeson's Claw, Caesar from Planet of the Apes, and he directed Venom 2. This guy is a incredible actor. He been through every series, Lord of the Rings, Planet of the Apes, Marvel, DC. He has 4 rings out of all of them. All he needs is Harry Potter and Jurassic Park. Now he will have the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, I've been in every single franchise.
Yeah, he has literally the Hollywood Infinity Gauntlet for being in all these famous series. Now, would you want to pick out the plot, Marshall?
Okay.
And so we're at the part where the Avengers track him down to interrogate him, but Ultron gets to him first.
I forgot to mention Iron Man's new suit is Mark 43. Mark 43.
Mark 43. Okay.
Yes,
Now, what was special about this particular mark? Do you know? What specifically could it do?
Okay, hold on. I gotta go down because it was created after the Iron Legion was destroyed, so he had to do it. He needed a suit of armor,
Right.
because it gives him superhuman strength, superhuman durability, speed, agility, stamina, reflex, flight, heads-up display, repulsors, unibeam, advanced laser system missiles, capsuling plate, cinema, infrared scan, smart micro guns, and automatic pulse technology. And core suit. That's his core suit. That's what it is. And now we get to the scene where Lucy's Claw gets the vibranium, actually, we messed up. He goes talk to the twins. Then he goes to Lucy's Claw. That's right. The twins just about the Bible. I'm not trying to get in there and get canceled because it's the Bible. But now he goes to Lucy's Claw. The twins are with him. He has a men for some reason. How you get armored guys? You're a robot.
Well, I mean,
He also does have the Armor Legion with him as well.
yeah, I mean, not to mention there were more suits in the laboratory, so you can imagine he probably took those
And
from the
now
lab.
we get the famous. Oh my God, what's the quote? I just had it. We have the famous quote that says, "Age of Ultron." Where's that? Quotes. The best quote of the movie. Not the best quote of the movie.
Well, one of the best, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't let me down with this. Better be a good quote.
I got it. It's loading. It's loading.
Oh, technology, gotta love it.
But Lucy's Claw says, "Yo, okay, I got what you want." He said, "Yeah, you got what I want." He said, "Yeah, I do." He got the vibranium. Yeah, you got the vibranium. So yeah. So once we do that, he got the vibranium and all that stuff. He cuts off Lucy's Claw by accident. He's like a teenager, by the way.
So actually, quick question. So the reason this confrontation happened was because apparently Ultron says something that Tony says.
Yes.
And then, the guy compares him to Tony, and then that's when Ultron snaps, and he accidentally, well, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but he does take off the dude's arm, and that's when the others start attacking, and then that's when I believe the Avengers show up, correct?
Yes. Oh.
And I'm trying to think, so...
I found the quote from the party scene. Hold on. We're gonna rewind. Back in time. Wardy, no. How could you be Wardy? You were all killers. Stark. Jarvis, sorry, I was asleep or I was dreaming. Tony Stark tapping his phone. There was a terrible noise. I was tingling in some strings. I had to kill the other guy. He was a good guy. Steve said, "You killed someone?" Would have been my first call, but down in the real world, we faced with other choices. Who sent you? He replied his Tony voice. a suit armor around the world. Ultron in the flesh. Or no, not yet. Not in this serial. But I'm ready on my mission. What mission? Peace in your time. And blah. That's it. And that was the quote. That I couldn't find.
Yeah, that was such an awesome moment, by the way. Oh, it's like that was a very, in my opinion, that was like Joker in the Dark Knight level intro for the villain. It was so perfect, I thought. What a great intro to what we're going to see for the film.
So I found the other quote with Lucy Claus. It's worth billions, and now, how you pay Cole? He pays him. I don't. This man robs the banks. So are you? But I always say, keep your friends rich and your enemies richer. And I want to find out which is which. Stark? What? Tony Stark used to say that to me. You're one of his. What? I'm not. You thinking I'm one of Stark's puppets? His hollow men? I mean, look at me. Do you look like Iron Man? Stark is not. He chops off an arm. And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure it's gonna be okay. I'm sorry. It's just I'm not. I don't understand. Don't compare him with Stark. He's a sickness." Then Tony finds it. "Oh, Junior, you're going to break your own man's heart, like my old man said. What doesn't kill you? Oh wait, don't worry about that quote yet.
Too early.
So yeah, Tony flies in. The Avengers fly in. Now it's a firefight. Clawman versus Avengers versus Ultron Man. Bang, 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 blam, blam. WandaVision. I said WandaVision again. Wanda gives people visions.
Yeah.
He gives Cap, Peggy Last Dance, Natasha the Red Room, Thor, he killing people, learning about stuff. Hulk going nightmares, going rampage mode. He's like, I'm gonna kill all these people in this town, but not Hulk. I said, I didn't like it the first time, not again. Then Quicksilver says, how dare you? And then he pushes him off. Quicksilver, oh wait, yeah. Before all that Vision stuff, Quicksilver tried to pick up Mjolnir, fell terribly wrong. And now, the best fight. The second best fight in the movie.
Yeah, this is where we get the famous Hulkbuster suit by Iron Man, and he has to fight Hulk.
Which is known as Mark 44.
And I thought it was so cool how he literally has the suit dropped from a satellite in orbit.
You talking about the Veronica?
Yeah, like he has to it's like he has to order it in. It just just comes dropping from the atmosphere.
He fights the Hulk. Hulk said no, and then the Hulk beats him up. Then this is where the Avengers becomes. Some people call me a terrorist, but now you're a terrorist now, Avengers, and I am the teacher.
Yeah,
and you never saw that coming.
Nope, they did not.
So now they live on Clint Barton's farm, where we meet his family, Laura, his other two kids that I forgot the name of, and I just saw Hawkeye.
It's okay. Like, we can say, if we ever get around to talking about the Hawkeye show, we can talk about their names then.
Yes.
But for now, it's just his wife and his two kids with a third one on the way.
And
right?
then the Avengers are helping out with chores. Tony Stark goes in the bar and he finds. So you're telling me your plan was putting a suit of armor around the world? Nick Fury tells him, like, the Avengers don't break up. You better get back out there and do your stuff. There was a lot of cussing because of Samuel L. Jackson plays the man, so he had to do some minor cussing because it's a PG-13. So the Avengers split up into two teams: Hawkeye and Cap and Black Widow. Thor went to go figure out his vision. Iron Man went to go find Jarvis. Now we're gonna go to Thor's side. Thor learns about 4 Infinity Stones: reality, power, soul, and mind.
That's right.
And not the time stone yet. Reality, power, mind, and I believe soul.
Something like that. Anyway, yeah, just those 4 main stones that are very important and very powerful all by themselves. And this is foreshadowing events that will happen in Infinity War and everything. Yeah, I admit, though, these films did such an amazing job setting up the sequels. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I lied. Reality, power, space, and mind, because those are the 4 Infinity Stones we saw earlier.
That's right.
And now, it's Ultron trying to get a new body, which we'll later find out that's somebody's body. I can't say the name yet. Quicksilver and Wanda's there. Wanda can see the future of that body. She's like, I want a part of it. She dips. Ahmed Shaw's mom is there. Ultron. I didn't say nothing. Ultron killed Ahmed Shaw because the Avengers came and stole the body. and the body is Captain America versus Ultron on top of a truck. Black Widow following on the motorcycle. Hawkeye's flying the Quinjet. Black Widow's inside. She stops the download. She puts the body into the Quinjet, but she gets captured by Ultron. Captain America and what's his name? Clint goes back to Avengers Tower. Cap, Wanda, Pietro stop Portraying from killing innocent bystanders.
Mm-hmm.
And now we get to the scene where Tony talks to Bruce about all of it, everything. And Bruce said, No. I'm back in a time loop. I can't find the quote for it, but I know it started a time loop. It's like, I'm not trying to do this again. And so after that, and then that's pretty much.
And which one is that you're trying to find? Is it the
Bruce and Tony's conversation before plugging up somebody?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, we forgot to mention that Tony Stark mentioned the in-game in the opening scene.
Yeah, because the also fun fact. So when Wanda gave him did the mind trick on him, she showed him visions of the future of what could happen in Infinity War and Endgame, and that enhanced on his fear of being the one that failed the team, which is what led to him designing this Ultron system in the first place.
By the way, Hawkeye kid's name is Lila. One is the girl. I forgot the other one. I forgot the boys. The other one, I can't remember his name, but it's Lila is the girl, and Laura's the mom. And I think the son doesn't talk in this film.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, like,
the son doesn't talk. But
in case you're wondering, the eldest daughter gets the most screen time because she is the daughter of the director.
Yes.
Not
not this director, a different director.
No, different director.
Of what's the movie called? Captain America: Winter Soldier. So Tony talk, Bruce, Clint's aboard about we gotta find something that can be Ultron. We can't do this alone. Then Tony said, "Nah, this is where the Civil War conflict happened." Remember, the conflict in this movie continues in the next movie in Phase 3. The big opening of Phase 3 too. That was the first movie of Phase 3. Was that movie?
Mm-hmm.
So now it's time for the best scene. Thor comes in, lightning. Some guy looks up. He imprints on Wanda. Oh, imprinting! Wow.
Mm-hmm.
We're a big part. Remember imprinting at the end of this movie and later down the line. Imprinting. So, but now Thor said, "Okay, I had the vision. Oh my God!" He said, "That's my name now, Vision." So now they're all getting prepared for a battle. Vision lifts up Mjolnir. Thor's surprised. Everybody's surprised.
Yeah, I thought that was so funny. It's just like, let's go kick some butt, boys. He just hands Thor the hammer. The entire team is they're all just staring like, huh?
Oh wait, I think I found it. Okay. So we found. You think I'm a child of Ultron? You're not. Steve says you're not. Vision. This dude, the guy that does not know he's Vision yet. I'm not Ultron. I'm not Jarvis. I am. I looked into your head and saw annihilation. Look again. So yeah, and Hulk said, yeah, her seal approval means jack to me. And so yeah, now we get to the best scene where Tony puts out a new little Jarvis. There's one that says Friday, which is the main one. There's Takadashi from Big Hero 6, and there's one about Ultron's wife.
Okay.
And now, Pietro and Wanda are kind of part of the Avengers, and now it's time for Tony's new suit called Mark 45.
We're ranking up there in numbers.
Oh no, it's gonna jump once we get to Phase 3.
Oh, I bet. I'm not going to be surprised.
It's literally about to just go to like 2 suits. Yeah, hold on, let me see. 1, 2. Then you got suits that's in between the movies that never appear. Like this one suit, or is it? I'm just gonna say a name for it. Wait, never mind. Does appear? It appears for like one movie, and after that, it's over with. We're literally at the end point of his armors. So
okay,
we're at Mark 43. Then we have Mark 46, 7, and then the second Hulk Buster, and then the the numbers just go after that up. So Mark 46, 45. Wait, no, is it 46? Yeah, 45 have supreme strength, super durability, speed, agility, stamina, reflex, head-up display, repulsors, unit beam, advanced layer system, and Friday now. So that's what's new. And then Quicksilver tells all the people to leave the final battle area's name is Sokovia. Remember Sokovia? Remember that. Sokovia. Write that down, kids. Sokovia.
Yeah, because the events that happen in this film are a lot bigger than people get credit for. Like, this film changed the story big time, and a lot of things come back into play from the events of this particular
So
Avengers
then we
film.
get to the final battle with Blob. People going at it. Ultron versus Avengers going at it. They dying. People dying left and right.
Yep,
But
and-
now Hawkeye gives the most first speech to Wanda. Said, it doesn't matter if you're a hero. I'm a guy out here shooting bows and arrows. That doesn't make sense fighting robots with a guy with power of a god, guy that's old, a billionaire, an assassin, people that has powers to see people's future, and the guy that speeds. And so he gives her that speech, and then Cap says, if you die, get back up. If you get hurt, walk it off. No, wait. If you get hurt, get back up. If you die,
just
walk it off.
Like, that's going down as one of Cap's most glorious, like,
And then you get this cool
quotes.
thing where they're all fighting together in the little pillar where they stopped Ultra could not get to. So they stop. And then Thor said, is that all you got? Then a lot of Ultron drones come. Black Widow's captured. I forgot to mention that. I didn't mention that, but she escapes because of the Hulk. Pretty much the Hulk. Now, this the fun facts, the sad fact about this. Now, Pietro dies. And there's a fact about that. You want to know why?
Why?
Because Fox said, you can't have Quicksilver part of the Avengers. Because he's already part of the X-Men. And you can't have them being the same continuity. Have the same name Quicksilver, or the same name Scarlet Witch.
Now, I'm going to say this right now, that Pedro's death, I thought, was very
Good.
dumb.
He's dead. Good. You want to know why? You want to know why he's the reason he was die for it? So I'm so happy.
What's the reason?
Because I'm happy because we can now get the guy that played Quicksilver in the Fox X-Men be Wanda's brother.
Okay, fair point. But just my thing is, like, this guy only got to be in the story for one movie. We barely got to learn anything about him. They just kill him off like that.
Because of
This
Fox.
dude is faster than a speeding
Because
bullet.
it's Fox. And plus he was saving the Hawkeye.
And not to mention his death made no sense. Like, I understand he gave his life to save Hawkeye,
He's
but
probably
like,
not even dead. He is a speedster. They do heal.
like, this dude can run at the speed of light or something, and you're telling me this dude died from being shot multiple times? Like, really?
He can heal.
Yeah, but I thought his death was really stupid and unnecessary. We were just introduced to him, and then he just dies like that. I just thought that was very
Remember
dumb.
Quicksilver. Remember his name.
Yeah, his character may play an effect later on.
So now, Ultron, Wanda goes crazy. She kills every Ultron bot, but she forgot one was still up. He touched the button. So he's like, I gotta get everybody out. Everybody gets out because Shield came back. Nick Fury is there. He's like, we gotta go. Rhodey's there. Everybody's going. And now Ultron said, Vision saves Wanda because he imprinted.
Mm-hmm.
And now Ultron said, hold on. I gotta go back.
Yeah, Marshall has another quote for us, ladies and
'Cause
gentlemen.
I have to go back, and it's the Vision quote, and I love this quote because it's the Vision quote, and you gotta know about the Vision quote. Vision.
So you're saying this quote does a lot about his character, correct?
Yes.
Now, so
Okay, here it is.
okay, here
Stark
it is.
asked for a savior and sell for a slave. I suppose we're both disappointments. Ultron laughs. I suppose we are. Vision says humans are odd. They think order and chaos are somehow opposites, and they try to control what would be. But there is grace in their feelings. I think you missed that. Ultron said they're doomed. Yes, but the Vision says yes, but a thing isn't beautiful because it's last. It is a privilege to be among things. Ultron said, you're unbelievably naive. And this is where Vision says, well, I was
just
born yesterday. So that was the quote that I wanted to say. And now, the town's safe. Not because people hate the Avengers. You'll find next phase and after that phase too. While everybody still hates the Avengers, especially this one character you introduce in next phase. So now, the post-credit scene, not after the post-credit scene, Tony, Cap, and Thor discuss. So who rules Asgard? Does Vision rule Asgard? Because Tony said, I made him. Thor said, yeah, with my lightning. And Cap says, whatever. Tony's going to take a page out of Clint's book and said, maybe I should start a family with Pepper. Thor goes back to Asgard. And then now, one post-credit scene, actually. No, sorry, I lied. They had Clint named his new son Nathaniel Pietro Barton. I remember that because I just rewatched that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Nathaniel. His name is Nathaniel, but they call him Nat. Nathaniel Nat Pietro Barton. So you have Lila and Nathaniel. I keep forgetting the other child's name. I feel bad. He is the oldest out of all of them. But I feel so bad.
Yeah, the oldest kid, literally, like, can I just say this right now, that I just did not care about Clint's family. I just don't care about them. Like, maybe we can touch upon this more when we get around to the Hawkeye show, but after watching this film, I just did not see what importance they had to the story. They are all extremely forgettable.
You have Lila, Cooper. I'm sorry. Lila, Cooper, and Nathaniel. So now we get to the scene where the Avengers has a new team with Wanda, which is not played by Elizabeth Olsen. She's played by some other actress that's never been named before.
What do you mean? It wasn't the same girl in that scene?
No, it was not Elizabeth Olsen.
Who the heck? Who was it?
I don't know.
Was it her twin?
No.
She has a twin, right?
No, it's only the twins are Ashley, Mary Kay and Ashley. Those are the twins. Those are her sisters.
Oh.
I'll show you a picture.
Okay. I sometimes I get them mixed. Well, how do you know this? Did you look this up?
No, because I was like, bro, that's not her. It's not what she looks like. Like that, but it's not what she looks like though.
Well, I guess maybe for the scene that she couldn't come back to film that, so I guess they had to find a stand-in for her or something.
I guess.
I swear that was her though. Are you? I don't know.
No,
but
I have a picture.
So apparently Marshall is showing me a
I'm
picture right now from his phone.
I'm gonna show you this video because I can't find a picture of her. So then, fun fact: this is supposed to be also the first introduction of Captain Marvel, but they scrapped it.
Oh, really? They were going to show it earlier than planned?
Yeah, this is gonna be her first introduction with a stunt double.
Oh,
a stand-in until they cast the actress for Captain Marvel.
But it was scrapped.
It was scrapped.
Who was going to play her then for this scene then?
I don't know.
Do you know?
No, she's like an unknown actress.
Oh. Oh yeah, so that's the end of Age of Ultron.
Okay, I got you.
I think it's not as important as it wasn't as good as the first one.
And we also got the quote Avengers, and we stopped.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have I'm watching the scene right now. Yep, there.
Not Wanda. That's not Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh my gosh, you're right. That's not her. I never realized that until now. That is not her, dude. So Marshall is right. During the final scene, we're introduced to the new team, and in that moment, it's a different actress playing Scarlet Witch for that scene. That is so funny. I never realized that until now.
So now we have the post-credit scene. Fine, I'll do it myself. Thanos is now getting off his bum for the last almost over a decade.
Yeah, almost a decade later. After like 10 years.
No, it's still a decade because he's not doing nothing until Infinity War.
Yeah, fine. I'll do it myself.
In another 4 years. No, 3 years.
Yeah, I like how he's like, fine, I'll do it myself, but in about 4 more years.
4 or 3 years, yeah.
I need to wait a little longer.
I need to wait. Y'all need to address some more Infinity Stones so I can take.
Yeah.
Like I need to learn about the Time Stone first.
Yeah, that's right. And now we are about to enter a film that I have been dreading so bad to talk about. I'm half tempted to just leave right now and let Marshall talk about this.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, because I hate this movie with a burning passion.
That's crazy because this was the last film in the MCU because it came out the same year as Age of Ultron.
Yeah, and I watched this a couple times when it came out. 7 years later, I don't like it anymore. And
Just to let you know, Phase 3, we'll tell you at the end about that one. So I'm just going to do a quick rundown because it's about to be an hour of the show. Phase 3.
Oh, yeah, Phase 2. I mean, I feel like this one could be talked about briefly because nothing really big happens in this one. It's basically just an Ant-Man origin story if you think about it. It's just like
a different Ant-Man. Hank Pym's original Ant-Man, his wife, Janet Van Dyne disappears. They have a daughter named Hope. Scott is a criminal. He steals. He works at Baskin Robbins.
He's a very professional criminal.
Yes.
Very smart.
His best friend's name is Luis. He tells stories for days. You have other people, blah blah blah. You have the villain. Nobody cares about him really much. Then Scott has a daughter named Cassie. He's divorced. Cassie's stepfather is the cop, which takes him to jail almost every time. Like, bro, cut me some slack.
Yeah, cut me some slack. I am trying to be better here,
And now Scott and his friends get a tip to go steal Hank some money, which is Hank Pym's suit. Hank Pym tipped them off. Scott tries on the suit, and havoc happens. He turns small. Then he gets on a little ant. And then Hank Pym talks to him. And now then Scott goes back to jail. Scott goes back to prison because... Not back to prison. He gets interrogated. Then Hank Pym breaks him out with the help of the Ant-Man suit.
Yeah, which I thought was very awesome. A nice little detail about that scene I thought was very nice was when the ants come in, they cover out the security camera.
This wasn't supposed to be the last film in the MCU, the Phase 2.
This wasn't?
No, this was supposed to be probably like, I believe it was. I think it was Inhumans.
Oh, like that was supposed to be?
Yeah, but then this Ant-Man, because Inhumans is now a TV show, which has never ever happened again. I feel bad. I feel like they deserve a movie now. I feel like they should have been the Eternals.
Yeah, because that show got canceled, didn't it? After like one season?
No, after 2 episodes.
Two episodes and it was canceled.
Yeah, hold on, let me check. I think it was on Disney.
Dang, talk about disappointment. Wow.
It was a TV show and it was shown in IMAX and on ABC at the exact same time.
Well then.
Hey, by the way, West Side Story is coming on Disney Plus soon. But yeah, oh no.
Sorry about that. We had a little prop off the desk.
Yeah, so
now we're talking. So we're introduced to the villain. He runs this corporation.
It was canceled after 8 episodes.
8 episodes. Okay.
So now we're introduced to the human named. Oh my God, what's his name? I forgot. He bald. I call him the bald guy that looks like the guy from Austin Powers.
Yeah, I know the actor you're talking on. Fun fact: he played Buzz Aldrin in the film First Man with Ryan Gosling. And I believe Marshall can do a quick Google search to tell us his name.
Where are you, man? I can't even find.
So
Darren Cross.
Darren Cross is his name, and he plays.
He's a trash. He's the villain. He owns a company. He owns Hank Pym Company, kind of. Then blah blah blah. He becomes bad. He becomes the guy named Yellowjack. He sells his weapons to the Ten Rings. Remember the name called the Ten Rings.
Yeah, because that's gonna be very important later.
And then
very important.
This is a bad guy. He takes the guy's daughter hostage. Very bad.
Well, here's the thing, though. That is like if I had to do a report on cliche things that villains do. Number one, taking the protagonist's child and using he or she as a hostage. Like, how many times is that trope going to be used?
And I also forgot Ant-Man Falcon.
Yeah, that's right. Falcon had a cameo in this because this film kind of sets things up for Civil War. So Ant-Man, because what happens is there's a component that they need, and it's inside the Avengers headquarters. So Ant-Man had to break into it, and honestly, yeah, that's when he fights Falcon, and Ant-Man came out victorious because he went small and broke some wiring inside Falcon's suit.
Yes, and now Scott goes in the quantum realm after beating Yellow Jacket. Boom, boom, bam. End of the movie. Great job. Bravo. Post-credit scene. Captain America Civil War. But they changed the lines from this scene into a different line in the movie, which we'll talk about next week.
That's right. So, yeah, we're not trying to brush too fast through Ant-Man. It's just the problem is with this film in particular, just like there really not a whole lot happens. It's another your average, Marvel film of good versus evil. And I think Paul Rudd did an amazing job playing Scott. I think he did a great job. And I think he was a very nice additional
This is just
character.
a filler episode in the MCU.
Yeah, this movie... that's the other problem. It's like with Guardians and Ultron, we had a really good story, but with this film, in our honest opinion, it really feels like a film to filler in the story. It's like it's very skippable in my opinion. I think the only reason you want to watch it is just to get some backstory on Ant-Man for when he shows up in Civil War. But other than that, I don't see any other big reasons to watch this. And the sequel, oh boy,
I actually like the sequel.
Well, we'll have to say that for another time, but that is the end of Phase 2, correct?
Yes, and we're going to do Phase 3 in the order.
Yeah, so Phase 3 is going to be
The chronological order.
That's going to be quite the challenge for us, but I know that you, me, and Mark will be able to do this, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I think it's pretty crazy that we've already gone through the first 2 phases. Like, this has been one heck of a journey on its own.
So now we're going
so
to
many movies, so little time.
Okay, how would you rate Phase 1?
Honestly, Phase 1, I would give, if we're doing this at a 10, I would...
Let's say this one we get to Phase 4. Let's rate all of them once we get to Phase 4.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, that'd be a better thing to do. Like, we'll go through all the phases, then we can rate them out of a 10.
Yes.
And
I have an idea. I'm gonna give you the rundown for next month's episode and what April 1st is.
Yeah, because this is a common thing we like to do where we like to give a little tease of what's going to come up next time, but not too much.
The first week of March will be the first 2 parts of MCU Phase 3. Part 1, we will be covering, let me go back to Disney Plus, will be chronological order in the some timeline wise will be Civil War, Black Widow, Black Panther. We will cover those 2, and then we will cover part 2 will be Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok. So, did I say the first 4? We're doing 4 movies for Phase Part 1, right?
So, since Phase 3 is longer with a lot more films, I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to break this out talking about 4 films.
Okay, yeah, so...
And make it a 2-part,
So
possibly 3 parts.
So, yeah, it's going to be 3 parts. So, part 1 will be Civil War, Black Widow, Black Panther, Doctor Strange. Then, still Phase 3. We will talk about Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Captain Marvel. Then, the final part 3 will be Avengers Infinity War, Endgame, and Far From Home.
Yeah, so that's going to be a lot of stuff to cover, but this phase is going to be a lot of fun to cover because there are so many meaningful films. I think this phase possibly had the best films. I really mean that. I think this phase possibly had the best films out of the MCU.
Yes.
And I think, and I'm really looking forward to covering these. And I just want to end this by saying, Marshall, I had an excellent time doing this episode with you. And I just want to say you're doing an amazing job giving all these awesome viewers the information they need to understand these.
So there are actually 11 movies in Phase 3. So
Man, 11 films.
Captain Marvel, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Doctor Strange, Far From Home, Black Panther of Infinity War, Homecoming, Civil War, Endgame, Ragnarok. Actually, I lied. We won't cover one of them because they're in Phase 4. So I have to redo this.
Now, please excuse Marshall. He has been known to lie sometimes. Now, Marshall,
I forgot.
Tell us the truth this time.
Okay. Captain America Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians Volume 2. Those are the 3 movies. Then, Homecoming, Ragnarok, Black Panther.
Okay. And
Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's
there you go.
wait. So 4 movies. First 4 movies.
Yep.
Part 1. I lied again. I did that 3. Civil War, Doctor Strange, Volume 2, Spider-Man Homecoming. Part 1. Thor is Part 2. Ragnarok, Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Then Captain Marvel, Endgame, and Far From Home. Those are the Phase 3 movies. Okay, I lied.
Yeah, there's a lot of Phase 3.
Okay.
No, we get the general idea. You don't have to go through all of them. They get the idea. And
That is
a
that's
very
all
nice
of them.
tease.
That is all of them.
So that is all.
There's no more.
Okay.
Now-
Marshall told the truth this time. Yay.
Now the list. So Part 1, March 2nd. Part 2, March 4th. Part 3, March 9th. Zack Snyder Justice League, March 11th. The Raimi Trilogy, March 23. Andrew Spider-Man Venom movies, March 30th. Sorry, I messed up. Raimi Trilogy, March 23rd. Godfather, March 25th. So now, Andrew Spider-Man and Venom will be March 30th. But now, the MCU Tom Holland trilogy will be now. Phase 4 of the MCU will be April 1st. So, April 6th will be a tier list of the MCU movies and how will we rank all of them.
Now that right there is going to be a very interesting thing to see. I'm really curious to see what all your guys' opinions are going to be when we do a tier list. I've actually never done that before.
So we're going to do our tier list before we come in. So we're going to all have to do homework after Phase 4.
Yeah, this is going to take some studying for this one, ladies and
Because you
gentlemen.
have to rank it from S to F. So S, A, B, C, D, F.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, S to D, no F. So S, A, B, C, D. And then once that is, we're done. So April 1st will be Phase 4 of MCU. April 6th will be the tier. I spelled tier wrong. I still spelled tier wrong. How you spell tier? T-E-T-E.
Tier, T-E-I-R.
T-E-I-R.
Yeah, yeah.
Why did my autocorrect say third? I hate autocorrect.
Oh no.
April 6th will be the tier list of the MCU movies and television shows. So be prepared for that one.
Yeah, a lot of awesome new videos or podcasts. Let me repeat that. A lot of awesome new podcasts heading your way very shortly with all kinds of amazing subjects that I am very excited to talk about. So now I think that we have reached a very awesome conclusion for this podcast. I want to say thank you, Marshall. Had an excellent time doing this with you, and we will see all you guys next time. Marshall, would you have any ending remarks for the listeners?
Ending remark.
And we do apologize for kidnapping Mark. We just kind of got tired of him.
He never saw me coming. I was gonna kidnap him again.
I don't think he did, honestly. That was a very slick move, kidnapping him like that. But you did kind of force me to help you take over my friend's show. Do I get something in return for that?
You don't get to die.
Okay, that's good enough for me. We're not going to do this again, are we?
Well, we'll have to see if I feel like kidnapping him again.
Oh, great. Okay, so that is the end of this podcast. I'm going to say you listening in, have an excellent rest of your day, and we will see you next time here on Codo Cinema.
On the Mandarin Cinema, and some people call me a now not no more terrorist, and they consider me as a teacher now. This is the Mandarin Cinema signing off right now.